Valley Sports West, the heart of the fan.
The Sunday edition of Angels Live, presented by your Southern California Cadillac dealers right here on Valley Sports. A happy Halos fans spending Sunday afternoon at the Big A with us as we wrap up this 4-game series against the Texas Rangers. It's the Rangers and the Halos, and here's what's coming up on the big show. Hey, Mike Trout spoke with the media earlier today. Some good news about his return in the coming days. Our Carlin Babe checks in with the Halos center fielder, plus big night for the Halos infielders. Luis Rengifo, David Fletcher sparking that rally. Plus, Reid Detmers' turn on the mound. We'll talk about his numbers since his call-up earlier this month. How good has Reid Detmers been? But hello, everybody. Happy Sunday to you. Thanks for spending your Sunday afternoon with us. Erica Weston alongside the Halos Hall of Famer Tim Salmon. Mark Gubaza. Gooby, man, that was a fun one last night. Mick's coming to the yard today. A whole lot more fun.
Yeah, the energy of the crowd and the comeback. I mean, it was so much up and down in the game. You know, Shohei Ohtani with the 3-run home run. You had to leave. They come right back. Texas to be able to score those runs in the 8th inning and feed off that energy. It was fun to see. The players were really into it. And to come back and win a game like that when you've been struggling, that could somehow get you going as far as a potential win streak. It all starts here today to get number 2 in a row.
Well, I can tell you as an analyst, as a fan, just a great relief, an exhale. If it felt like that for us, you know what it must have felt like for those guys in that clubhouse right now? Holy cow, to see an offense come through late in a game and win a game like that, that's just huge. Hopefully you can, roll over to today. We'll see.
See if they can keep it rolling. As they say, offense is contagious. Good news last night. Good news today. Earlier today, Mike Trout spoke about his back injury that he's been dealing with. He did have a visit with his doctor earlier this week, and this morning our Carlin Babe caught up with the Halos center fielder.
Thanks so much, Erica. Mike, when we hear costovertebral dysfunction at the T5, it sounds scary, right? But what you just described to us in the media scrum, it sounds like things are looking up for you. Could you describe it to us now?
Yeah, for sure. I see a light at the end of the tunnel. I think hearing good news from the doctor, I think it's always promising. So I'm looking forward to getting back to baseball activity here soon, and go from there.
No hard timeline for you, but you kind of described some of the things that you can start doing within the next week or so. What are those things, and when can they start?
Yeah, no, I think I'm doing a lot of core stuff in the weight room right now. Just mainly straightforward stuff. Starting rotational stuff Wednesday or early next week, and hopefully go through a couple days of that and come out of it good, and I can start swinging again.
Something that's noticeable is throughout all this, you've been around the clubhouse, you've been around the team.
Yeah.
How beneficial has that been for the team to be able to still kind of rely on you if they need to in a different way?
I think it's important. I think I come to the ballpark, and I can't obviously help on the field right now, but I can help in any other ways. And we got to obviously some young players up here, and they're learning, and I'm here for all that. And it's a team thing, man. I love being with a team. So.
And watching from a bird's eye view, anything that you've maybe learned or seen differently from the game perspective?
No, I think it's for young guys to go out there and have a chance to play. You're seeing some guys like Rengifo really starting to turn the page. It's fun to watch. He's one of the hottest hitters right now. And it's, like I said, it's just be able to sit back and, I'll be in the cage with the guys during the game or in the dugout, cheering them on, and, in the meetings, giving them tips and stuff, just everything I can do to help them win.
All right, well, thanks for doing this, and hope to see you back out there soon.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Erica, back upstairs.
All right, Carlin, thanks for that. Gooby.
How great is that? He's smiling. That's the thing. I mean, you could see him when he heard all the news, everyone saying his career was in jeopardy, the season's over. He was angry. We saw him on the plane. He was angry about that getting out there, but today the smile on his face, knowing he's getting close. He's going to start doing different core exercises before you know it. I wouldn't be surprised. He likes hitting in a certain ballpark up north, I think, up towards Seattle area,
What's on our schedule?
Yeah, it's coming up soon. So you never know. I mean, right now he's happy, and things are going in the right direction, which is so important for the team and the fans to be able to see Mike Trout not that far away.
Yeah, it's I think about this. I've started doing the timeline. He's been out 2 weeks. You got another week before he kind of maybe starts doing some baseball activity, and then maybe a week of swings. Does he do a rehab? Does Mike Trout do a rehab, or you know what? Just put him in the lineup. I think he's a guy you can just put in the lineup, but again, you're probably looking at mid-August to maybe at the earliest that I think he could be back out there. So I think that's a good sign for the Angels. And, you got to get him healthy. I mean, he's been banged up the last couple of years. He's had some injuries. We need to get him healthy and on a good, consistent playing track.
I don't think he's going out on rehab.
No. I played with a certain Hall of Famer, George Brad, with those times where he goes, you know what? As soon as I see a baseball in any way, I'm going to hit the baseball. And that's the same thing with Mike Trout, especially when you're going against a team, potentially going on this road trip. You got Oakland and Seattle on this road. Seattle first. I mean, you feel comfortable against a team and you're going to swing the bat well. That might get him going a little bit quicker.
He's hungry to get back in there. So good news as far as Mike Trout's back condition is concerned. Hopefully seeing him out there sooner rather than later. But you heard him in that interview, guys, talking with Carlin about the bird's eye view, being able to see his guys get that win last night. Again, the 8th inning rally, the come from behind win, just really encouraging things from the team, just being able to see them fight in that inning.
I mean, and you had some good at-bats. It all starts with setting the table. You got to get some traffic out there. For a team in Texas, they've pitched well out of the bullpen, although when you look other places, they haven't. And David Fletcher, one of the best guys to have up in that scenario. You think, okay, David Fletcher contact, 323 career hitter with runners in scoring position. Got a pitch he can pull. They were playing him just the opposite way. Drives in two. After a great at-bat, by the way, by Brandon Marsh to work a walk there, Tim.
Well, what I like to see is that it was, turnabout's fair play. The Angels actually got to benefit from some of the things that troubled them lately. You had the couple of walks, you had the pass ball, and you had some clutch hitting right there. But, I always come back to it. You got to have base runners. They had 3 walks that inning. Those 3 walks definitely play a part in the pitcher's psyche, pitching in traffic. What he's able to do going after guys. I thought the biggest one of all was the Marsh walk. I mean, Dennis Santana, his fastball is electric. I mean, and to have a guy that has to go out there and throw 21 pitches is what he ended up throwing, but to throw 12 to 1 guy, what that's got to do as a pitcher. I mean, you kind of, you spend your bucket right there against that guy, and then the next few guys, they eat up on you because, you don't have that good life on your fastball anymore.
Yeah, Erica, when you think about what Rengifo has done since June 22nd, that's a lot of at-bats, 114 at-bats, 40 hits, 351, and what he's done in this series against Texas, 6 for 12 with 3 RBIs, a couple doubles, and a couple stolen bases. He's legit going right now because he's seeing the baseball and a lot of confidence going because he's getting to play every day.
I loved that him saying after the game last night that he was happy he got the game-winning runs there, but he was just happy that it ended in a team win. Yeah, it's been a tough July for the Halos, no doubt, but Luis Rengifo has been red hot as we take a look at his numbers in the month of July in the American League. 4th in stolen bases, he had a pair of them last night. Gooby, he's 8th in average, 9th with hits. He's like a top 20, 15 player in Major League Baseball right now because of what he's done in July.
And so for his entire career, you're talking about hitting number 8 and 9 in a lineup. He's hitting number 3 and number 4 in a lineup. So as a pitcher, when you're facing those guys, your focus is a little bit harder and firmer on him because he's a guy that could do some damage, yet he's still going up there, Tim, and putting some good at-bats, going from the right side, left side, going opposite way, and showing a lot of power. I love this song, Brick House, because he is strong and he can crush the baseball.
So here's the thing about a guy like this. He's a switch hitter. I said it last night. He's going to get most of his bats on the left side of the plate. I mean, against right-handed pitchers. Typically, these switch hitter guys, I mean, you don't see splits where they're better on the other side. I mean, he's hitting 333 against left-handed pitching. I mean, this is fantastic. And you think about last night. After the pass ball, they had the base open. They had the opportunity to put him on base and pitched Walsh, lefty on lefty, which you would have thought would have been the right matchup. And there, people don't respect what he's able to do, what Renifo's able to do on the right side of the plate, and he made him pay for it right there. I'm not sure if that base is open in that same situation. They don't just put him on this go around.
And do you think because he's patient, guys, and not swinging that breaking ball down in the zone, because that's something he had chased a lot, especially from lefties to righties, swinging pitches out of zone. He is not even good attempting to go out. He's bringing you in the strikes. You know how this is, Tim. Your goal as a hitter is to hit pitches in the zone, not swinging pitches out of the zone.
Well, here's the thing. In that last at-bat, though, I mean, he swung at a breaking ball in the dirt. He almost set the pitch up, and they're like, okay, he doesn't like the breaking ball. And then they hung it with 2 strikes and hit it for a double. So I don't know if that was a veteran move there or not, if there's just accident.
We'll give him that credit.
We'll give him that credit.
Absolutely.
But it almost looked like that was an old, widely veteran move right there.
It was clutch for sure, absolutely. But Kingfish, you talked about the pivotal walk that Brandon Marsh was able to scratch across in that inning. He spoke about that moment after the game last night.
We were just we're feeding off each other. We were just passing the baton. That's kind of what it felt like. So, you know, I feel like we all have confidence in each and every one in this locker room. So it's it was good also to have Hifo up in that spot. He's been swinging it really well for us. But it took all of us, like I said, and we're just passing the baton, just kind of feeding off each other, and that's how it went. It was a lot of fun.
All right, well, we saw Brandon Marsh in the dugout earlier this morning. You told him that was the at-bat of the game last night.
Oh, it was. I mean, for that inning, for that game, because I know as a hitter what you can, when you have that guy hit in front of you that works the count, that makes that guy throw a lot of pitches, it just wears him out. And then when he finally gets done with you, he's like, oh, okay, and then he lets up and he makes mistakes to the guys behind you. I thought that was a huge at-bat. And the biggest thing is we need to give him some love. He's been grinding, grinding. I mean, I know what it's like to go through that. He's been grinding at the plate. Working a 12-pitch at bat like that into a walk, that's like hitting a game-winning homer to a player in that situation. So I'm all about that. That was huge for him.
Yeah, I mean, pitchers, you know, you give up a home run, okay, but when you have that long at bat against you, you're spent. Okay, you know in your mind the next batter coming up, boy, I know I'm going to make a mistake. I had a chance to get out. 12 pitches, I still didn't get him out. I know I'm in trouble from that point, so that negative thought came into your mind as a pitcher.
And Phil Nevin, that's what he said. You get one guy on base, who knows what's going to happen. You start feeling really good about it. All right, stay with us. We're just getting warmed up on this Sunday edition of Angels Live, and we return right here on The Big Show. Reid Detmers gets the go on the mound this afternoon. We'll break down his dominant slider coming back from the break, plus David Fletcher's successful return from the injured list, and Touki Toussaint picking up the win in his debut. Stay with us right here on Valley Sports.
Baseball's best are heading to Hollywood. MLB Network is celebrating tomorrow's rising stars
with the first pick of the MLB draft.
And today's biggest heroes.
It's just fun to be part of these festivities and just be out here, you know? It's just a lot of fun. The dream come true kind of thing.
Let's go, let's go, let's go! Coverage begins Sunday on MLB Network.
Angels baseball is presented by your Southern California Cadillac dealers. Angels fans getting ready to spend their Sunday afternoon at the Yard. The finale between the Rangers and the Halos coming up right here on Valley Sports. Hopefully they'll see some Angels home runs today. You can participate in the home run blast today. The guys who hit the home runs get paid the big bucks, and now when they go Yard, you can get paid too. Scan that QR code on the left side of your screen. Pick 3 batters who you think is going to go Yard each night. For more game rules, just go to that website on the bottom of your screen, homerunblast.com/rules. Here's who your panel of experts picked to go Yard tonight. Patrick O'Neill going off the board, picking Contreras with the Cubs. Gooby going with Byron Buxton. He got me 2 nights ago. Thank you very much. Carlin Baith going with a hot Halo. Luis Rengifo. I'm going Manny Machado. Tim Salmoncherry picking Shohei Ohtani. That's a pretty solid bet.
Cut and paste for you, Tim.
Cut and paste. Hey, I got the home run last night. You guys had, you all could have had his pick too. So
stick with what works, I guess, and that's been the case for Reid Detmers, who gets the start today. Gooby, as we take a look at his numbers with the slider, it's been so dominant since his return learn from AAA.
I mean, it's his arm angle. We're even going to be talking about that during the course of the game. 110-degree arm angle before, down to 90 degrees. Get better depth on his slider. His velocity on his slider. We see the numbers, what he's been doing when you go even the last 3 starts, how good he's been. 17 innings, 2 earned runs. Just 10 hits with 19 strikeouts. But the slider and fastball velocity last time out was higher than it's ever been in his career. But I love the fact that he's getting that arm angle with his slider, getting his strikeouts, and a lot more confident throwing that and his curveball, because there's different separation now. From 86 on the slider, it used to be 82, so there's a separation of speed with better spin rate on it.
So you made a comment about his fastball up. He's number 3 in Major League Baseball as far as throwing that fastball up, but you said you've noticed him throwing it down. Now, I'll tell you why that's significant, because if you're throwing your fastball lower in the zone, that slider is going to come out of that same slot, and it's going to hit your back foot, and you're going to swing over the top. The hitter cannot see that slider. When you're gauging that fastball down on the zone, that slider comes out in that same slot. It's very difficult to hit. So I think everything right now is coming together in the sense that maybe he's moving that fastball up and down a little bit more, like you said, but that slider, he's throwing it twice as much almost. I mean, 33%. That's huge. And I'm just telling you, facing left-handed pitchers, the slider was the pitch that I hated. I mean, the curveball you see, the changeup, hey, I can guess, and, you know, they leave it up. But I tell you what, that slider on the backside of your back foot, that's a tough one to hit because it looks like a fastball.
Yeah, it's tough to keep in play. More than likely, if you make contact, you're going to pull a foul or pull it off your front foot. But it's going back to that velocity on his fastball. A season-high average on his four-seamer at 93.9 miles per hour. When you think about his fastball most of the season, it's been about 92. So you're talking about a significant rise in his fastball, a lot more confidence, and I think it's the arm angles allow him to ride that fastball up, but it's a slider and still have a curveball feel and changeup also.
You mentioned the confidence. It took one start down in AAA with the coaching staff there, Phil Nevin, Matt Wise up here to get him back to normal. That's what he called himself, and he's been able to duplicate it each time out now.
When he was drafted in the first round, every scout said he's got major league pitch ability already. So he has those 4 pitches. He can pitch at the major league level. Until you're a young pitcher where you gain confident and don't give the hitter so much credit, you can dominate. And he's at that point right now. He's beating some pretty good lineups that have been swinging the bat well with all his pitches going now.
The defending World Series champions a week ago today, last Sunday. All right, Gooby, goodbye. Thanks for hanging out with us for an extra segment.
Yes,
appreciate it. Have a great call. We appreciate you. All right, stay with us. We're just getting warmed up on this pregame edition of Angels Live. When we return, Touki Toussaint got the win in his debut. We'll break it down after the break.
Esta noche va a ser la mejor de tu vida. Dime si tú quieres atentar. Dime si tú quieres que haga algo con tu madre. Esta noche doy una niña. Por eso va a ser la mejor de tu vida. Esta noche.
Rated E for everyone.
Fletcher here with Joshua Perry from the Raleigh Studios.
Make sure you tune in tomorrow where I'll be previewing realistic expectations for Lincoln Riley in year 1 at USC.
Plus, Maggie Hendricks stops by to talk WNBA, and we get you ready for the last 24 hours of the MLB trade deadline.
That's all tomorrow on The Rally right here on Bally Sports.
All right, thanks very much, Brooke. Be sure to tune into The Rally tomorrow right here on Bally Sports as we get you set for first pitch this afternoon from the Big A. Look at that, the Halos fans getting ready, showing some love to David Fletcher. As they should, because he had a big night last night. We'll get to Fletch in just a moment. We're going to start with some pitching, though. There was a lot of good things in the win last night for the victory. One of them was Touki Toussaint, who made his debut and got the win after pitching 4 innings for the Halos.
It's that simple, isn't it? Make your debut and get the win.
I wish it was that easy.
He did a fantastic job. I mean, without a doubt, this is a player that the Angels are pretty excited to have. I mean, I liked what I saw last night. He's got a good enough fastball, 93, 94, keeps hitters honest, and it has a little bit of tail and right to it, but it's that curveball to me. You just don't see many guys throwing that big curveball as much as he does. I mean, now you got, hit up a little bit. Yeah, you make a mistake over the middle of the plate. Certain guys might ambush you. It's going to happen. It's the big leagues, but still, couldn't have been more pleased with the way that curveball, that tilt on it right there. He did a great job. Worked out of some jams. Got the big double play right here. Again, we have so many young pitchers we're talking about in this organization right now. You're going to have the ups and downs with them, but it's nice to see some good arms like this and, something to look forward to in the future.
Absolutely. We will see more of him, that's for sure. The Halos have a doubleheader coming up a week from yesterday, Saturday, in Seattle, so they need all the pitching help that they can get. They'll need a lot of arms. But yes, we mentioned David Fletcher, who's done pretty much nothing but hit since his return from the injured list. He wasn't even supposed to play last night, and he comes in and he's part of that rally in the 8th.
Well, you want him in the lineup every day. He's not in there today, unfortunately, but that's just because he's trying to find his legs right now. I mean, he's been out for so long. He's a middle infielder. Middle infielders rely so much on their lower half, but again, he got in there because of an injury, and of course he responded with a couple hits last night, none bigger than that one right there. And that's what we're missing in this lineup right now. You're missing these guys like the Fletch. They give you the good, consistent quality at bats. They're going to put the ball in play. There's not too many holes in their swing, and they're going to go out there and grind it and play well. And of course, this double last night was just huge. I mean, late in the game, that's what you want. You want those veteran-type hitters that have been there, done that. The moment doesn't get bigger, than it needs to be for those kind of guys. And to see him come through in the clutch was huge. But unfortunately, he's not in the lineup today. Nevin was talking. Nevin was a little nervous about him being out there. I mean, he's not running real well. Most of the time it takes 6 weeks of spring training to get your legs under you, especially if you're an infielder.
Yeah, he had 9 games down in AAA to be able to get him set, but he has certainly made an impact. He's going to get that rest day today. He came in because Phil Gosselin took that ball to the helmet. He is okay. He is back in there playing third today. Kingfish, we weren't going to get out of here before talking about Ohtani's home run last night. We had to bring it back, right?
Got to have Ohtani on the show every day. Well, I mean, he's the greatest player on the planet. So, yeah, Ohtani, what can you say? I mean, 1-0 changeup, middle, in, down. I'm sure the pitcher was thinking to himself, hey, that wasn't that bad of a pitch. How did he hit that? Well,
because it's Ohtani.
It's Ohtani. But you know what? Again, we talked about it a couple times last night. We had 2 or 3 situations with men. I call them ducks on the ponds, and you had the right guy coming to the plate. Ohtani had it twice. Fletch had it the other time. It's nice to see some traffic out there in front of some of these guys and giving them a chance to come through. They're not going to come through all the time, but that was one situation when that three-run homer gave the Angels the lead early in the game. That was huge.
And he was intentionally walked later in the game, too. Chris Woodward said that was a tough decision, but you got to do what you got to do. He was greeted by the Boo Birds, and rightfully so.
You know what? Hey, they intentionally walked him, and we got to pitch a Renifo, and he came through with the big hits.
I love it. You love when it works out for our benefit. All right, stay with us as we get you set for first pitch here from the Big A, the finale between the Rangers and the Halos. Reid Detmers gets the ball. We'll take a look at the Halos lineup following him right here on Bally Sports.
And here are the first images.
Hello, everyone. You don't have to leave the solar system to watch MLB Network. Just sign in with your TV provider info at MLBnetwork.com or through the MLB app. MLB Network, just about anywhere in the known universe.
Where there's baseball,
One pitch away from baseball history.
there's drama.
He has thrown a no-hitter.
Where there's baseball,
Near the wall.
there's action.
He made a phenomenal catch.
And where there's baseball,
Let's go live inside the park.
there's MLB Tonight.
On MLB Network.
Oh, wow.
Where there's baseball all the time.
Unbelievable. We've seen it time and time again.
Welcome back to Angels Live on Valley Sports. Angels baseball is presented by your Southern California Cadillac dealers. As Reid Detmers gets ready to deal, and Halos fans, I hope you collected on this earlier today. All season long, the day after the Angels win at home, fans can redeem free medium fries with a $1 minimum purchase at participating SoCal McDonald's. Just download and register on the McDonald's app. So don't forget to cash in today, and hopefully once again tomorrow as we take a look at the Halos lineup in the finale against the Rangers. McNeary, Sierra leading things off in center today. Shohei DHing. Louis Walshy back on there batting cleanup. Stassi behind the plate. Brandon Marsh, Dylan Thomas in right with Phil Gosselin. Back in there at third, Tim Salmon. Nice to see him getting back in there after that tough taking the pitch to the helmet last night.
Yeah, it's nice to get back on the horse. I've been there a few times, but yeah, without a doubt, I mean, I love Phil Gosselin in the lineup. I love him batting deep in the lineup like this, way down the line, because you're always looking to flip that lineup, and I like to see a nice veteran guy down there that can give you good at-bats and potentially take advantage of what the pitcher's giving him and get on base and flip the lineup for him.
And that lineup will be facing the Rangers' Dane Dunning. He's getting the start in the finale. Opponents hitting just 105 against his slider since June 22nd, but he is 0-1 with a 5.06 ERA against the Halos this season.
Yeah, this is another example of, you know, somebody that has got to throw strikes. I mean, his kryptonite, or any pitcher, when you're not throwing strikes, you're behind the count, you're going to make your life very difficult. But he does have a good slider. If he has the ability to keep his fastball in the strike zone and work that slider off it, he's going to be dangerous today, especially against this Angel lineup. You got a lot of new faces in there. These guys are looking to, you know, get the bat swinging, and you know, they're going to be looking for a lot of fastballs. So hopefully he can make a few mistakes with that.
It's going to be a slider off between these two pitchers out here today. Dane Dunning's got the slider. Reid Detmers hoping to get another win. All right, thanks for watching Angels Live. Patrick O'Neill, Mark Gubiza on the call. We will see you after the game.
It's the all-new Subway.
If you think they're excited, you ain't heard nothing yet.
Be quiet, win ball games, then I'll shut up.
High Heat with Christopher Russo, only on MLB Network.
A new quest has begun.
A quest for success.
Wow. What a star by that one.
A quest for redemption. My quest begins now.
Unbelievable.
All the way to October.
Oh, my goodness.
Only on MLB Network.
That's gone. Struck him out.
Our national pastime, all the time.
of LA, Valley Sports West, the heart of the fan.
Today's ball game is brought to you by your Southern California Chevy dealers. If you can't be on the boat, you got to be in front of the tube checking us out here on Valley Sports. Angels and the Rangers on a gorgeous Sunday afternoon at the Big A. Halos, great comeback win last night. A win today. They even the series with the Texas Rangers. It's a long four-gamer. It's a big game this afternoon with the two-time All-Star Mark Gubazon, Patrick O'Neill. Great to have you with us. That eighth-inning comeback win, we haven't seen many of them, and that was fun.
Patrick, a lot of energy from the crowd, and certainly with the guys in the dugout. Some good at-bats, setting up some really quality at-bats. Take a look at our Carl's Cam replay. David Fletcher getting it going with a couple guys on. 323 career hitter with runners in scoring position, turns on a baseball, gets that left field corner, and drives in two. Brandon Marsh had a great at-bat, a 12-pitch walk, and set the stages on that one. Then Luis Rengifo, when you go back to June 22nd, 351, that's covering 114 at-bats. 40 hits for Rengifo, showing the power. Big series already against the Rangers, 6 for 12, couple doubles, 3 RBIs, a couple stolen bases, but none bigger than that swing going right center, completing that comeback in the 8th inning. I love that energy from Rengifo doing his job.
That's tremendous emotion from the club. They certainly care. The fans love that. You called that double, by the way, to left field by Fletcher. So what do you have for us here on Reid Detmers?
Well, I'm seeing he continue to have that good arm slide and just dominate with that slider in his last 17 innings for Reid Detmers. He's been dominant. 19 strikeouts, his 10 hits allowed, his 2 earned runs, and ERA just barely over 1 in his 3 starts against some really good lineups. The whip under 1. Fastball velocity was up to its highest this season at 93.9 last time out, but his slider velocity has been good with that arm angle, has been excellent. He has been really confident on the mound the last 3 starts.
Fired up for this one. Hope you got that nice food spread out, cool, refreshing beverages. Sit back and enjoy some Angels baseball. They were the comeback kids, and what do they have in store this afternoon? You're about to find out. We'll be right back after this.
Baseball's best are heading to Hollywood. MLB Network is celebrating tomorrow's rising stars
with the first pick of the MLB draft.
And today's biggest heroes.
It's just fun to be part of these festivities and just be out here, you know? It's just a lot of fun. The dream come true kind of thing.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Coverage begins Sunday on MLB Network.
I came still to show.
Angels baseball on Valley Sports is brought to you by your Southern California Cadillac dealers. By the OC Healthcare Agency. Build your healthiest self at angels.ocnavigator.org. And by your Southern California Chevy dealers. Happy Sunday to everybody out there. Thanks for being with us here on Valley Sports alongside Mark Gubaza, Carlin Bade down on the field, and Patrick O'Neill. Angels, Rangers, a nice come-from-behind victory last night for the Halos. Only their second win when trailing after 7 on the season. And it's Reid Detmers. Can't think of a better guy to be on the hill to even the series at 2 apiece.
And there's no better feeling you're the first guy out there running out to the mound and go out and attack in the strike zone. He's been so good over his last 3 games. Just talked about that overall in the season. A season which he has thrown a no-hitter this year for Reid Detmers. And my go-to is for Reid to have another solid game here today. Is getting breaking balls for chases. He's been getting a lot of swing and misses with his breaking balls and continue to get those chases with a curveball and his slider. Continue that arm angle. That's created the spin on the slider and also the uptick on the velocity of his fastball, both down and up the part of the strike zone.
There was a little adjustment to his delivery. He worked on something at Salt Lake, came back in the 3 starts, and has been outstanding. And that's great to see. This young man, he gets an opportunity, and hopefully he can handle things against this Texas Rangers batting order. Still no Corey Seager. It's Marcus Semien, Leody Taveras, Jonah Heim, followed by Nathaniel Lowe, Adolis Garcia DHing, Ezekiel Duran at third, Cole Calhoun, Charlie Culberson, and Elier Hernandez rounds out Texas Rangers batting order as they're closing out a very long season high 11-game road trip. Cloudy skies. I'm hearing, Gooby, a possibility of rain right around 2 p.m. I'll believe it when I see it.
Well, isn't it throwback weekend? It doesn't rain in California, so that's one of those songs. So I'm assuming it will not rain here in Southern California.
That's a good assumption, but wouldn't mind it. A little rain maybe after the game. How about that? We'll fill you in on the Angels defensively momentarily. First pitch in there for a strike. Good start for Reid Detmers. Semien last night, 14th home run on a 3-run shot.
There's that hard slider out there, 93-mile-an-hour fastball, first pitch. Is that one of those ones you show? He overthrew that one just a little bit. That was almost 89 miles an hour on his slider. And we're talking about his slider average velocity at 86, up from 82 earlier in the season.
You mentioned 82. That is a game time temperature. First pitch at 107.
That's some serious velocity on this fastball. He threw a 107-mile-an-hour fastball.
That would be some kind of record. All right, didn't get the call there. Edwin Moscoso behind the plate this afternoon, calling the balls and strikes. Keep an eye on that. I mean, he hit his spot, hit the corner, but falls behind Semien 3-1. That's a leadoff walk. A little bit of frustration from Reid Detmers. 7 walks apiece last night in game 1 of the series. Neither team was issued a walk. So here's the Angels defense. Brandon Marsh, what an at-bat last night. Magnu Ricier in center field, and Dylan Thomas getting the start in right, looking for his first hit as a Halo. Phil Gosselin is back, great to see. Andrew Velasquez, Luis Rengifo, and Jared Walsh round out the infield. Max Stassi doing the catching here this afternoon for Detmers.
And Dylan Thomas making his 10th career start. 1 outfield assist, no errors. 10 career starts out in the outfield, 5 in right field. His debut last year with the M's. An opportunity to make some plays, especially with the baseball carries here in the afternoon games here at the Big A.
Dylan Thomas from Houston, he is a great guy. Here's a pop-up, and Rengifo is there and retires Leody Taveras for the first out. Take that. It's going to bring up Jonah Heim with 1 down here.
So far this season, Reid Detmers has gotten 7 double plays turned behind him. Especially with that changeup down or even a slider down, and then you get a ground ball in an infield. It could get a double play here Get that offense going after it got so hot there, especially in the 8th inning.
Runner goes. That's a good jump, and no throw from Stassi. And Semien picks up his 19th stolen base just like that.
Take that double play out of order, going on first movement. Not a whole lot of opportunity for Max Stassi to make a throw. Guessing right, and that's the one thing that Reid has done a little bit better job on as far as making that quicker move to first base, and just making the base runner aware of his throw. He's given up some stolen bases in his career now. 17 of 19, but he does have 1 pickoff, and that was his season.
Grounded foul, 1-1 will be the count. Semien well on his way to another 2020 season. Slow start, but he's really picked up the pace.
Got to vary that look back to second. One time you look back once, next time maybe 3, next time 2. It's vary to look back to second base if you read Detmers, because Marcus Semien will try to go here if you don't pay attention to him.
Vernifo holding him slightly. Check swing, fouled back, 1-2. By varying your look 2 times, 3 times, you mean just the little subtle looks, and so you keep him guessing.
That way, because a lot of times for base stealers, good ones, if you're setting a pattern of looking back at him, looking home, and going home, he'll sense that, read that, and go within 2 or 3 pitches. But if you vary that look back to 2 or 3 different times, then he'll stop. You have to just make him stop his feet.
Does that come with experience? You know, like a veteran pitcher being able to control the running game, especially that look back to second base?
Yeah, because you don't want to fall, and it's easy to fall in a pattern, especially when you're a younger pitcher, because your goal always is to get the hitter at the plate. But you want to make sure you keep him at second base. That way a fly ball or ground ball out, if he's a third, results in a run. At second base, it doesn't.
Strikeouts have been up for Detmers. Stassi, good job to keep it right there. So Semien stays at second base, because he only had the 2 strikeouts in the no-hitter when it was really that changeup which was working so effectively, and now it's that slider that really has been that big-time pitch for Detmers.
And he was trying to get Jonah Heim to chase a slider, but it was a little bit too far out of the strike zone. All he has to do at some point during this inning, or even second inning, is establish he can throw his slider for a strike, and then he'll start getting a lot of swings out of the zone.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him.
There's that extra velo he's been getting with his fastball. 94-mile-an-hour fastball upstairs when you have a hitter thinking, all right, he might go downstairs with the slider. It was fastball up, punch out. Jonah Heim, who's had some big at-bats this entire season against the Angels. And another batter at the plate we know likes to swing at the first pitch, and his first pitch has to be spotted well by Reid Detmers.
Here's Nathaniel Lowe. Nice to get him on the heater upstairs.
Save that slider for another part of the game.
So 2 down after the leadoff walk. 2-0.
Look at his slider, how it has developed and what he's done over the last 3 starts. The increase nearly double at 33%. Velocity is going up 3 miles per hour on average with his slider. Opponent's batting average dropped 70 points. All resulting, talk about that better arm angle to be consistent with his slider.
Yeah, that is a significant difference in the last 3 starts. That's, doesn't get the call. I mean, that's absolute paint. That's all over the strike zone.
I mean, there's a couple pitches already in this first inning. I mean, they're in the strike zone. You got to start getting those pitches called.
I mean, that's a miss there by Moscoso. 3-0.
He'll be swinging.
Garcia on deck. Semien at second, 2 outs here in the first. A little hesitation on the strike calls. Want to make sure. 3-1, back in the count, but still a good count for Lowe. Oh, that's going to be a base hit. Sierra coming in charge as he gets that on a hop. They're going to send Simeon the throw. It's not going to get there. So a 2-out base hit, RBI for Lowe, scores Simeon, and Texas strikes first 1-0.
And another walk scoring. Saw that last night. Yeah, the at-bat changes around a 2-2 pitch as compared to 3-1. Changes things up. You got to go and attack the strike zone more with a pitch than you would if it's a 2-2.
Here's Garcia, made the final out of the game last night. Iglesias picking up the save. Sierra going back, making the catch at the wall. Everybody holding their breath on that one. Because he has tremendous power, which you can see by those numbers. But has that strikeout and a swing and a miss, 1-1. Angels activated Jimmy Herget from the injured list. Chase Silseth is optioned back to Salt Lake. Nice to see Jimmy back.
Very important to the bullpen and win the successful bullpen early in the season.
Slim with the smile. To say maybe advantage Angels on the bullpen here this afternoon based on usage.
That was great to see Tukey pick up that first W as a halo last night. Some impressive curveballs.
Tukey Toussaint picking up the win, his first as a halo. 2-2. There's a ground ball. Rengifo backhands, throws across and gets Garcia. So 1 run comes in, leadoff walk. Angels coming up. Ohtani hitting second.
The search for high-quality meat ends here. With ButcherBox, you get 100% grass-fed beef, organic free-range chicken, humanely raised pork, wild-caught seafood, and so much more. Sourced from partners who believe in doing things the right way. Together, we can make a difference, one meal at a time. Sign up today at butcherbox.com for a special offer.
At Boll & Branch, we don't make bedding like everyone else. We make it better. We prioritize thread quality, not thread count. We source the finest 100% organic cotton to make the softest, most luxurious fabrics on earth. We're free from toxins, the way home should be. Boll & Branch is made different, so you can sleep better at night. Experience the difference at bollandbranch.com.
Going to lead off, followed by Shohei, then Luis Rengifo, who is absolutely on fire. Jared Walsh hits today's starting pitcher, Dane Dunning, very well, followed by Stassi. Marsh also crushes Dunning. Then there's Dylan Thomas, Phil Gosselin, who had to leave yesterday's game after getting hit in the helmet, so that's good to see, followed by Andrew Velasquez. Rounding out the lineup for Phil Nevin today, Dane Dunning no wins on the road, so it's a good opportunity to get to him. What's it going to take?
Yeah, his slider's been a lot better, for my go-tos to have success against Dunning, and they have had some success against him. Is just be consistent, looking for pitches in your spots.
Great speed in Magneuris Sierra leading off. We'll have an update on Mike Trout from Carlin coming up. He spoke to the media this afternoon. Some good news to report.
There's a fastball. It's going to be not overpowering. 87-91. Slider, changeup, cutter. My go-to is to be successful against Dunning here today, especially with this carry in an afternoon game, is power his breaking pitches. 6 home runs versus those, and then you got to lift and drive fastballs throughout this game. That's where you're going to be successful against him.
There's a ground ball. Simeon's going to have to hurry and gets him by a step. Blazing fast, Sierra down the line. 1 away. Shohei Ohtani, who hit his 22nd home run last night. 3-run shot to give the Angels a momentary 3-2 lead.
Shohei's had his struggles against Dunning so far, and I think he's thrown him a lot of changeups and cutters. Just 1 for 14 for Shohei. But a new day for Shohei.
Tight strike zone so far tonight for Moscoso. Oh, there's one ripped down the line. Fair ball for Ohtani. This could be fun. Rounding second, digging for third, and he is in there. The sweet slide and a triple for Ohtani.
Most base runners are not unicorns. I mean, you're thinking you're at second base, you're getting that into the cutoff man. There's going to be a play at third, a little bit of a higher throw from right field for Cole Calhoun, but boy, he just turns on the afterburner and slides in there rather easily with his 3rd triple. Remember last year he led baseball in triples.
Listen, right off the bat, he's thinking 3.
I'm still waiting for one of those baseballs at some point just get away from an outfielder just for a second to see him go all the way around the bases for an inside the park. And those strides, how he just goes, and that's a big man running. Just wanted to get his uniform dirty and just to check out where that baseball was.
That's right. Oh, wow.
Infield in, interesting here for Texas, especially with Rengifo. Contact play will be on. They'll probably throw a quick throw to third base on any pitch not hit by Rengifo.
Rengifo absolutely squared up the baseball. It has been so fun to see him raise that batting average to 275, but we're talking about a huge sample size. Came through last night with the big 2-run double. And a chance to tie the game here with Ohtani at third base.
Yeah, when you think about 114 at-bats, that's a huge sample size. 40 hits, a 351 batting average for Rengifo. He's locked in. And very hot in July and very hot in this series against the Rangers. Again, there's a lot of room that left side of the infield. Contact play will be on. It's going to be a tough play for an infielder with Shohei's speed, but Durant trying to keep him close at third. Shohei trying to get a good jump. That's the pitch you almost want if you're Rengifo. You'll get the job done. An elevated pitch gives you a chance to hit the ball in the air.
Or maybe go with it and just push it right through the infield with 3 infielders on the right side. Infield well in.
But this is where analytics come into play. You never saw this early in the game. In the first inning, you're up by 1. You're bringing the infield in. A lot of times when you do that, you open yourself up for a big inning going against you. But the data is telling you there's a lot of ground balls in this scenario. You're going to be at an infielder. You would have a play at the plate. And that's why you're seeing the Rangers do it. Tampa does it a lot.
3-1 to Rengifo. Count runs full.
3-1 changeup. Nearly 35% of the time on a 3-2 pitch, he'll throw a changeup. So you got to stay back, just punch that ball. That's a pitch you can punch in that hole on the left side of the infield.
Walsh on deck. Ohtani 90 feet away from tying it up. Here's the 3-2. again. Luis Rengifo, stay hot. Ohtani scores. We're tied at 1.
That at bat again for Rengifo. Got to a 3-2 count. Got a pitch he can drive. Again, the infield's in. Infield back. Might not be a hit. Your percentages go up, and that's a pretty good pitch he hit. He went down and kept that bat level through, tracked it lower part, and lines it for a hit. Rengifo just staying hot, 7 for 13 versus the Rangers. Talked about him a lot on the pregame show, how good he has been. The numbers say that. Month of July, wow, he is on fire. He's a brick house.
Maybe he might be getting some player of the month nods.
And he's been a stolen base machine too.
Couple last night, but there's a ground ball. There's one. Simeon back over to first, and that is a double play. And just like that, despite the success Walsh has against Dunning, heading over, but Rengifo ties it up.
Retired MLB pitcher CC Sabathia is old school. His son Karsten Sabathia is new school. Karsten uses Win Reality for his hitter training, a state-of-the-art tool that utilizes VR to improve timing, pitch recognition, and confidence. A new school approach to more hits. Hitters love it.
I love it.
Pitchers, however.
Man, I'm glad I'm retired.
Train new school. Hit old school. Be ready for real. Win Reality.
Good nights lead to great mornings. Get generic Viagra shipped discreetly to your door at RexMD.com. Your consultation is free. There's no copays, no doctor office visits, and your shipping is always free. Visit RexMD.com right now.
With the Game Time app, I paid 60% less than this guy. What? And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts. Performances, too.
Oh, come on!
Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Sense. Talk about that arm angle. You go back to June 21st, the arm angle for Reid Detmers, 110 degrees. So the arm was up at a higher slot. You go back to July 8th where he made that adjustment, just 90 degrees. It allows him to get through the baseball and have better tilt on his slider, way better spin and better velocity, both with his slider and his fastball from that arm angle. An arm angle he used throughout his collegiate career, a very good career in college.
Ezekiel Duran swing and a miss. So tempted to do my what's your name?
You love saying that, don't you?
What's your name, Tony Ezekiel bit, but out of respect for you and the entire booth and truck, I'm not gonna. Did that already. Quickly ahead, 0-2.
Seeing his fastball usage going up too as he's feeling better with it.
Hey, how about it? Ezekiel strikes out on 3 pitches, 1 down.
That's that exact perfect example when we go back to that Frontier play sense, the slider and the depth of that pitch and the velocity at 87. Arm angle, downward tilt, good spin.
Brings up our old buddy Cole Calhoun, although the numbers he's put up against the Angels, not so sure feels so friendly anymore. I'm always happy for his success, but he has had great numbers against the Halos.
Another good slider. Gives you a pretty good indication how good that is when Cole swings at that pitch well out of the strike zone. It never really was going to be a strike, but that break to it got the swing.
In there, 0-2. Shift is on towards the right side. Velasquez, who leads all shortstops, and defensive run saved. How about it? 1, 2, 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Back-to-back Ks for Detmers.
Got that slider working again. Looks like a strike. That upper part of the strike zone, that's part of the club's philosophy, is throwing a slider upstairs and also downstairs. So a couple of different spots with the same pitch, because it makes it more difficult for a hitter to track it or let it go if it's not in the zone.
And he's got the field going right now. Fastball in there, blows it past Charlie Culberson. 2 quick outs to start this half of the second inning. Ahead 0-2.
Another 95-mile-an-hour fastball going the interstate back east, the I-95.
Oh, and he struck him out. Immaculate. 9 pitches. Reid Detmers strikes out the side. Has it working in the second. Goodness gracious.
Working it. All pitches. And velo. Mercy.
Every time he takes the field, he competes not only against the other team, but against the toughest adversary, himself. MLB Tonight, where the best outdo their best on MLB Network.
If you think they're excited, you ain't heard nothing yet.
Be quiet, win ball games, then I'll shut up or I'll shut up.
High Heat with Christopher Russo, only on MLB Network.
That top of the second was special. How special? Immaculate inning for Reid Detmers. We saw him throw a no-hitter, but he struck out all 3 batters on 9 pitches there in the second. Gooby?
Never seen one.
Come on.
In person, no. And that's incredible. And
oh, there's a little flare going out to right field, and that's going to get down for Max Stassi. Leadoff single.
Woo, that's a flare. No, but going back to the immaculate inning, you throw a no-hitter in your 11th career start, and then you throw an immaculate inning in your rookie season. I mean, Reid Detmers, I'm telling you, special. That is incredible.
Now,
and
you mean
3 straight fastballs by Culberson, too, and his slider, electric to go along with velo on both his slider and fastball. Just a mercy.
I just have to go back and ask you, when you say you haven't seen one, you mean as a broadcaster here in your 60th year as a broadcaster?
Or as a player. No, I've never seen that before.
Oh, my goodness.
Believe
really?
me, if I threw a strike, I was happy as a player.
Oh, you're always so humble.
And correct. That's incredible. That is incredible.
Man. Well, I know for sure I haven't seen it in person. That was super cool. We're tied at 1, bottom of the second. Flare by Stassi. Brandon Marsh, numbers against Dane Dunning, very, very good. 4 for 7. The at-bat by Brandon Marsh last night, the 12-pitch at-bat, that grinding at-bat was the best of his career.
And the thing is, after that at-bat as a pitcher, you're worn out physically and mentally, thinking you made a lot of really good pitches. You know in your mind you're going to make a mistake after that, and you end up doing it.
And right up the middle. Is that going to get through? It does get through. Simeon thought he had it, and Stassi's going to try for third. He's going to make it. It was going to slide head first, but goes in standing up, first and third. Now nobody out.
And you see Marcus Simeon look at the base. I think he was full anticipating the baseball hitting the base, and it's going to deflect away from him.
I think you're right. As close as it gets to that second base bag.
I mean, that's right up the middle, over the pitching rubber, and right by and over the bag. And I think that's what he was anticipating seeing. By the glove, a break. Although that would have been a tough play, turn in two, it'd probably have a chance at a force out.
Here's Dylan Thomas. A great chance here. There's his numbers at Salt Lake. Be a great time for his first hit as an Angel. He'll take his first RBI if possible.
Well, you talk about a momentum going your way. When you have a pitcher who throws an immaculate inning and you right away you get the first pitch, see a flare into the outfield and a ground ball up the middle, a break, capitalize here, score bunches.
Dunning's gone 0-5 on the road in 10 road starts. This is his 20th start of the season. 1-0 to Thomas. 2-0. I had a nice lengthy conversation with Thomas yesterday about the grind. You know, he's 29, he's married, a young child back in Houston. Wife's a kindergarten teacher. I believe it's kindergarten. I know she's a teacher. 2-1 as that goes foul. You know, a lot of times we see these guys up here in the show. But if you're not a high draft pick and you didn't get a huge signing bonus, the work that goes in, what you have to go through to get a chance, because you're eating prime rib and you're up here at the show. It's more like Mickey D's in the minors. Eight stolen bases for Marsh. You see any opportunity for any kind of play here?
Well, Dunning's, you could steal off Dunning's 6 stolen bases, 7 attempts, but I think you're trying to allow right now in this count, although it is a count for movement, I think you're going to allow Dylan Thomas to see if he can get a baseball and drive it in the air. Showing some good patience at the plate, not helping out Dunning.
First and third, nobody out. We're tied at 1. And a 3-1 coming to Thomas. Off the plate, bases loaded. Nobody out for Phil Gosselin. Well, this could be a big inning for the Angels to put up a crooked number here.
And here's time for Hyundai Key for the game today. The 70s, 80s throwback weekend. Little sticks come sail away, especially on a warm, humid afternoon. Get a baseball in the air and let that baseball sail away, especially with the bases loaded for the Goose here.
They have. It's been a fun throwback weekend. They have had that song playing each and every day. And I've known you for a long time, but I didn't know you knew every single word to the song. Bases loaded here for Gosselin. I know you had a chat with him. You know, he didn't feel right away. He took that baseball 91 mile an hour off the helmet, but it's good to see him back.
Yeah, he said he was ready to go last night. Just a quick text and conversation with him. He said he's ready to go, and here he is back in the lineup. An opportunity to give the Halos a lead here in the second inning.
Stassi at third.
And it's always important to watch this at bat, how good he is in staying in and through the baseball after being hit last at bat in the helmet. So far, tracking pitches pretty well. Not giving in on that inside part of the plate, staying back, trying to drive a ball.
Hits that towards center field. And good speed by Tavares, and Stassi and was off the bag thinking it might drop. And so 1 out. And nobody could advance. Not sure Stassi would be thinking of tagging anyway with the momentum of Tavares coming in on that catch and pretty good arm.
Yeah, with no outs at that point, still you're going to score anyhow if it hits the outfield grass. So you almost want to get back to the bag and be able to put yourself in position. You're not going to take that chance with the bases loaded and no outs. Still, you want to be back there just in case he stumbles after he catches it.
Andrew Velasquez, 1 out, bases loaded. Double play depth, but good speed by Velasquez. Infield in on the corners.
Yeah, it's more difficult to either push bunt or drag bunt because now you have a force out at home plate. First and third or second and third, it's a little easier because then it's got to be a tag play. Force play changes everything as far as a squeeze or safety squeeze.
Oh, that one is going to get in a run, you would think. Out towards right field. Calhoun catches it, comes up throwing. Stassi scores. Dylan Thomas advances to second, and Marsh goes to third. RBI for Velasquez, 2-1 Angels.
Nice job all the way around base running, and Cole Calhoun, the veteran out there, Gold Glove winner. His throw was high, and because of that, Marsh is able to go and get the third, and Dylan Thomas get the second on that throw to home. So a lot of things worked out well. So now base hit drives in 2. You take away a force play. Nice job by Andrew Velasquez to get the job done. Sac fly, picking up his 22nd RBI. Halo is now up 2-1.
You're going to get a lot of attaboys and high fives in the dugout for getting that run in.
But now, the way to defense, especially with Nathaniel Lowe playing so deep, you can drag a bunt down the first baseline if you want.
Marsh, good speed at third.
Well, ideally, you'd like to score a few more runs, especially when you have a base loaded, no outs. But you get that 1 home. See if Sierra could bring on a couple more here with a base hit.
And 2 down here in the second. Ohtani on deck. He's going to help out ball boy with that baseball. Ain't done it. Ahead of Sierra, 0-2. And lifted, playable. And Duran makes the play to end the inning. Halos load him up. Cash in for 1 and take a lead.
Using the old baseball stats only gives you part of the puzzle. But when we challenge ourselves using advanced tools and modern thinking, you'll see the bigger picture.
Challenge all things baseball with MLB Now, only on MLB Network.
Faith here with you. We've got a Mike Trout update. You guys have heard us been talking about it. He hasn't played a game since the middle of July. He's been out with the costovertebral dysfunction. At the T5 today, he spoke with the media with some positive news. He is starting to work on his core strength, and next Wednesday he'll be able to do some rotational runs. He can start with that rotational stuff. He said he's been feeling pretty good. It was a positive press conference, guys, and we know he's still been coming to the ballpark. He's been frequenting in and out of the dugout, and I asked him how important that is to be around the team even though he's not on the field, and he said it is important. You know, it's a team sport. He loves being around the team. He can't help on the field, but he tries to help in other ways, especially with the younger guys who are learning right now, and he wants to be there for that. So good news all around, guys, and we'll keep the fans updated on when he does start taking some swings, and we'll let you know as soon as we get clearance on when he can get back in a game.
All right, Colin, thank you very much for the update. Hernandez skies that pop up, dealing with some sun. Rengifo has it.
That's like a win for the Rangers, a fly ball pop-up.
Arco top-tier play. We witnessed history in the second inning for Reid Detmers. Immaculate inning. He had 3 strikeouts on 9 pitches. When he got to 0-2 on Culberson, I was like, hey, guys, we're about to see something possible that could add to the record books, and in fact, we did.
Amazing thing about that, he threw 3 straight sliders to Cole Calhoun, 3 straight fastballs to Culberson. Amazing.
In history, immaculate innings. Halos history. Nolan Ryan in 1972 versus Boston. Garrett Richards at Houston in 2014. And then today for Reid Detmers, all of those in the second inning. And that shot by Semien didn't miss by much down the left field line.
Boy, G-Rich is going to kill me for that one. Saying I don't remember it.
Maybe it was a national game.
It was a national game. I'm going to say it was a national game. I wasn't working that day.
That's it. I know for a fact that you weren't working.
You know, it really wasn't a whole lot of conversation about that normally in the dugout, but now you're seeing, especially, and I love the fact that there's a lot of talk. Social media really has a lot to do with that, and I think it's great when you see some pitcher be able to do that when it doesn't happen all that often.
That one's skied, and that's going to go into the seats for a souvenir. 2-1 Angels here in the top of the third.
Amazing how hard that is to do what he did. The first pitch he threw this inning was a ball. Yeah. It's amazing. 9 pitches, 9 strikes. Good night. Or good afternoon.
He tried to drop a curveball in there. Just misses upstairs. 1-2 to Semien. Halos have a shift on the left side. And that's it. On a line to Rengifo. Tried to play it on a hop. It skips past him. Have to wait and see how they score it. Hit hard. Error would be certainly the assumption. Had an error, a big error in the series already.
Ball was hit pretty hard, but right at Luis Rengifo, and he'll be the first to tell you that's a play he's going to make 99 times out of 100. Now that's when you, as a pitcher, you try to pick him up, get a play, ground ball right back at Rengifo, let him turn 2. Already on base twice, a good idea to pay attention this time. Semien going on the first move. Last time he was at first base after he walked.
Oh, got him picked off.
That's paying attention to him.
Out of the baseline. The second base umpire Carlos Torres says Semien is out. And Detmers gets him.
Second pickoff this season for Reid Detmers. He was going on first movement and that quick little throw over. I often wonder that out of the baseline rule, and it happens a lot, where else are you going to go as a base runner?
Yeah.
You're trying to avoid a tag.
That's basically that's just a judgment call there on the umpire. How much room do you think he should have?
Well, I mean, unless you're going Albert Bell against Fernando Oviedo at one time, and that's what you don't want to see.
Poor Fernando. He flew about 16 feet. Okay, so Walsh over to Semien.
Yeah, you usually have about 3 feet or so. And that angle a little bit better, though. That's the right call. But still, you're still trying to avoid a tag.
I mean, if you're in the playground, you're definitely safe. You got all the room in the world. Playing stickball. Leody Taveras, and 2 outs now after picking off Semien. Full count.
Like that fastball down there, lower part of the strike zone. Now you have a shot at getting a swing and a chase on a slider that same plane.
So they've scored, you know, just to bring it up, they scored at a single, right? Official score for Marcus Semien, but on the board here, they have an error for the Angels. And that would be the only error, right, Gooby? Just want to make sure I'm not completely crazy. Or am I?
Well.
Oh, almost got him, but.
Oh, a nice slow curveball now with Max Stassia. It's so tough being a catcher. Remember Max Stassi in the game last night playing a day game after a night game. It's not easy to do.
Here's the 3-2. Tries to go with the 4-seam fastball, but just misses. So that's a walk to Taveras, 2 outs.
Certainly not getting anything borderline, although that pitch had a little too much movement and ran off the inside corner.
Well, Jonah Heim was a strikeout victim of Detmers back in the first to get his first of the game. 2-1 Halos.
Jonah Heim, another batter in this lineup. It's pretty aggressive on the first pitch. 350 batting average on the first pitch put in play.
So they took the error off the board, Gooby, so they're going single on that. But you know how often we've gotten emails that they are changing? They make so many official scoring changes. How are you keeping that in your personal book? If you don't mind me asking, well, unless that's a personal question.
I don't mind, especially after the pickoff as much.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm all right now.
Out towards center field. Sierra has it. And Detmers out of the inning, preserving a 2-1 Angels lead as we head to the bottom half of the third.
Every time he takes the field, he competes not only against the other team, but against the toughest adversary, himself. MLB Tonight, where the best outdo their best on MLB Network.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson searching home run into the left field stand.
Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw.
Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star.
This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza! The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Thome. That ball is gone.
106. That would be a new record.
It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all.
The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
Let's go back to last night on a changeup, and he tracked that, right? Because there was a fastball, same part of the zone, just the pitch prior.
And it really wasn't a big change in velocity of the pitch. It was a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. The next pitch, a changeup at 88, same part of the zone. He went down and jumped on it.
All right, let's take a look at our Lowe's stat. Most 420-plus feet home runs since 2021. Ohtani leads by 1 over Aaron Judge, 4 over Guerrero Jr. and Stanton. Last night's homer, 424. How impressive is that?
By the way, breaking news, Aaron Judge has not homered today.
Yeah, that is breaking news.
Yeah.
Yankees did take the lead over the Royals, though, 6-5.
Anthony Rizzo hit a home run. LeMahieu with a home run for the Yankees.
It came out of the All-Star break not sizzling, despite Judge's prolific tear.
And they had that doubleheader loss to open up the second half on the Thursday. Lost both games in Houston.
It's going to be quite a race for the #1 seed in the American League between the Astros and the Yankees. The Astros tied with Seattle at 2, bottom of the 9th in Houston.
So you throw him a changeup here? 3 home runs versus a changeup this year for Shohei.
Well, went off-speed slider, breaking ball, and it is 2-2. Three and 2. It's Luis Rengifo hitting third behind Ohtani today. This is a day off for Taylor Ward. But available, of course. That misses, so that's a leadoff walk for Ohtani, and perhaps we'll see him try to tie the team lead. Stolen bases, he has 11. Velasquez leads with 12.
51st stolen base of the season for Shohei.
His 51st walk.
Yep.
Leads the team, right?
First walk of the season. 10 intentional bases on balls for Shohei. 96 walks last year. A lot of those intentional walks, which was a career high for Shohei.
Scored his 58th run earlier in the game. Here's Luis Rengifo, 1 for 1. Now hitting 278. I mean, it has just been a steady climb.
Anaheim has only thrown out 11% of base stealers.
Check on Shohei.
Shohei doesn't get a real big lead, though. It's something Mike Trout was, especially when he was stealing a lot of bases, his average lead was about 11 feet. A lot of times you see base stealers around 13, 14 feet as far as the lead. Some guys that get that big lead, they feel they have a better chance, but it's all about that first step you're able to read a pitcher.
What was Ricky's lead? How many feet? Did he try to push it?
He had a pretty big lead.
Because he could get back to the bat.
He could dive back pretty good. And he was all about, if you could stop him, he wasn't going. But he had his fingers moving, his legs moving, and he turned to go like a sprinter.
Yeah, that's in there.
Now just count in Dunning's favor, the infield moving around now. Simeon back over the only infield on the left side.
The third baseman is now to his left in Duran. 1-2, and he struck him out.
Got a fastball by him. Remember, hit a breaking ball for a base hit that drove in Shohei. That had some pretty good movement, a little sink action to his two-seamer. First strikeout of the game for Dunning. Overall, he's gotten 36 strikeouts with his fastball this year. And it's not overpowering. And the reason why, you can see that movement he has to get those swing and misses.
First time up, Walsh swinging at the first pitch into a 4-6-3 double play in the inning. Has 2 homers in this year versus Dane Dunning. Entering the game 6 for 9 with 2 homers and 4 walks. So he was hungry. In attack mode. It's been a tough month of July for Jarrett. At the plate.
Reaching for a lot of pitches. That's what's going on right now for Walsh. Getting out in front. Looking back and asking if it's a strike. So he's not seeing the strike zone as well as we normally would see for Walsh. But at some point, once he tracks one baseball, it might be a little flare into the outfield. That could get him going. Maybe a dribbler, an infield hit, something to get him going. Because you know at some point he's going to start driving the ball and he's going to do some damage with some power.
Very close. Not called. I feel like that same pitch was called for a strike to Rengifo.
Good count now for Shohei. Maybe moving.
Foul back, so the count goes to 2-2.
Wow, what a play. What a play. Bring your glove. Make an outstanding catch.
I think perhaps that was a bigger ovation than the Rengifo RBI single. Ohtani goes. The throw down. Got him is the call at second base.
Shohei's not moving.
Get him on the knee, Simeon, perhaps.
Shohei's not moving. He feels he beat that. See if they check it.
Not gonna check it. They got him. Wow. It's just bang, bang play.
Perfect throw, really. And Jonah Heim has had his problems throwing out base stealers this year, but that was right on the money and a quick tag. Simeon. 7 times Shohei has been caught stealing.
So the leadoff walk is erased. 2 outs, full count now to Walsh. The day started kind of cloudy, and it's starting to clouds are starting to dissipate. We'll see what type of impact that'll have, because it's a sun could create some problems on some high pop-ups or fly balls. Line to center field, and Tavares is there. Just hit it too well. Squared up the baseball. Nothing to do with that inning. 4 of the Halos as we head to the 4th.
Join Kevin Millar.
I'm just a dude that loves baseball.
And Steven Nelson.
I'm nervous as hell, man.
On a quest for legends worthy of the sacred prize.
You thought I lost my mind, but
it's unpredictable baseball coverage that will have you on the edge of your seat all season long.
So keep it locked here on MLB Network all day.
Swing into action and join the adventure on Intentional Talk, only on MLB Network.
Let's watch some baseball.
If you think they're excited, you ain't heard nothing yet.
Be quiet, win ball games, then I'll shut up and all shut up.
High Heat with Christopher Russo, only on MLB Network.
news that a legend, absolute legend of the sports world and life, Bill Russell, passed away at the age of 88.
Boy, the ultimate winner in all the battles and growing up in the Philadelphia area with Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell.
"11 championships for Bill Russell with the Celtics, and you mentioned, yeah, those battles with Wilt Chamberlain when he was with the Philadelphia Warriors. And first pitch is popped up by Nathaniel Lowe, and Sierra has it for the first out. But also what Bill Russell meant to the civil rights movement, you know, the work that he tirelessly put in that respect.
I still go back to those battles, and you know, I always say it, and I continue to say when everyone's talking about the greatest basketball player ever, I always stick with my argument with Wilt Chamberlain, and everyone comes right back. You know, there's some great ones. Michael Jordan, obviously, he's right there too, probably the best. But everyone goes, no, Bill Russell. And I go, yeah, winner, incredible defender, did whatever he could to help his team win games. And that's why, if you're going to say the greatest of all time, and you still have to have Bill Russell in there amongst that conversation with Michael Jordan, Wilt Chamberlains, and LeBron James, and Kobe Bryant, all the great ones of all time, because Bill Russell was that kind of player, a winner. And a great human being.
Player coach, head coach. And of course, those battles with the Lakers when Wilt was there, also some heartbreaking losses that, you know, Jerry West was never able to beat Bill Russell and the Celtics. He finally got that win, but that was over the Knicks. Anyway, and we're thinking about Bill Russell and his impact on the world here today. And 2 down now for Reid Detmers. Ezekiel Duran is the batter. 2-1 Halos here, top of the 4th. Get over curveball, that works. We're seeing Reid Detmers. I know we talked about it during the no-hitter, but then there were some struggles, and he kind of took a couple steps backwards, and now I'm just seeing this guy slowly progress forwards towards being a frontline type pitcher to your rotation.
Saw it in spring training, believed in him in spring training, and you could see where it's starting to get to that level. Remember, his first game out was against Seattle, and they had their A-team in there, and he just dominated. Thinking, okay, the next level. There's been some ups and downs like any young player, whether you're a hitter or a pitcher, but just that time sent down to AAA, worked on something instead of being mad getting sent down. He went up there and got everything right, and you're seeing some good things now.
Oh, possibly another strikeout. Stassi throws down and gets Duran. 6 Ks for Detmers. Head to the bottom of the 4th, 2-1 Halos.
It's me, the summer breeze. I just flew back into town. Let's get outside. Much better.
Nice. What? With the Game Time app, I'd pay 60% less than this guy. 60%? Game Time finds you the best last-minute deals and guarantees the lowest price. Download Game Time now. Nice shirt.
Angels baseball. Visit angels.com to buy your tickets to upcoming games, including exciting matchups, giveaways, and more. Respect. Nice Halos throwback uni. Great to have you alongside with Mark Ubiza, Colin Bade, Patrick O'Neill. You guys crushed it on the pregame show, Angels Live, with Erica Weston, Tim Salmon. And tomorrow is an off day. I think everyone will take advantage of that. Nice day off for one Shohei Ohtani, who it's still remarkable what he is able to do day in and day out. Tuesday, Oakland comes in for a 3-game series. Now, that's supposed to be Noah Syndergaard, Frankie Montas. Odds of that matchup happening?
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, Syndergaard rumored to be traded, as is Montas for Oakland. And then it's Shohei Ohtani versus Cole Irvin. That's on Wednesday.
Cole obviously worked here at the stadium, the grounds crew. So it's always a thrill. And he's thrown the ball well for Oakland. I think Shohei has a home run against him, too, at the plate, as I remember, up in Oakland.
And Jose Suarez is going to round out the rotation for that A's series, going against the right-hander James Caprillion. Hope to see here at the Big A. If not,
it's another OC kid too.
Yep. Southern California, Orange County just pumps out baseball studs.
Yeah, there is an incredible amount of really good pitchers and players, position players from the OC area. It's almost like watching minor league baseball high school games down here.
Sassy punches out, frozen by Dunning. That's going to bring up Brandon Marsh, one down.
Over the years, get a chance to coach a team from up in the valley to Chaminade High School, coming down and playing teams in Orange County, seeing Garrett Cole and all the great ones over the years. I mean, it's a challenge. Trust me, it's a challenge. Some great ones up there in the Mission League up there in the San Fernando Valley, but down here, there's some excellent high school baseball players. In the college, obviously, we know that too, with Long Beach State and Fullerton and all the great ones down there. Irvine, you see Irvine, so many great programs, but high school baseball, outstanding.
Do you miss being involved in coaching high school baseball?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to get back in there during the fall and winter time again this year to be able to try to help out.
You certainly will. You impact those young men and women that of that program. I'm sure they'd be thrilled. It's not like you have that much free time, but especially with a couple of grandchildren. What, did you mention to me that George and Hayden are 7 weeks today?
7 weeks today.
I'm sure you and Lisa will enjoy the off day. Right up the middle, hit well, and it gets through for Brandon Marsh.
That's 2 hits up the middle for Marsh. Hands. Hitting is using your hands, and he's using his hands very effectively in his first 2 at-bats.
I have a feeling that at-bat, that 12-pitch grind out at-bat for a walk off Santana.
Just watch his hands there, how nice and smooth, the hands getting through the baseball and back up the middle. So often the conversation is timing and getting that foot down the hip, it's hands. Use his hands so effectively to line that one back up the middle.
A great look on the form, getting out in front. That was a thing of beauty, and he came in with great numbers. We pointed it out against Dunning, and he's 2 for 2. And you have speed. Dylan Thomas.
He's 6 for 9 in his career versus Dunning, though. That's some success. Still believe a hit and run here. That would give Dylan a chance to track a baseball and just think about making contact.
And there it is, his first hit as an Angel. Brandon Marsh all the way to third, first and third. Congrats, DT.
Yeah, loving to see that, get that first hit out of the way as a halo.
Let's get that baseball to the dugout. What do you say?
Dunning won that baseball, so he's going to throw it somewhere.
Oh, he tosses it over to that side. I think it's going to be saved in the right hands. Most importantly, though, something cooking here for the Halos with one down. Gosselin now up.
Nice job of clearing those hips and getting that baseball in the inner half and getting it by Nathaniel Lowe at first base, all because you have Marsh at first and you have to hold on the base runner.
And now Thomas bluffs. Oh, perhaps something was on there.
More of a safety squeeze. One thing you don't, if you have a safety squeeze on as a runner at first base, you don't want to go because you're going to hear go, and that means it's more than likely you're going to try to throw a pitch out of the zone.
If that pitch was in the strike zone, was Gosselin going to lay down a safety squeeze, do you think?
Possibly on that one, but a breaking ball gives you a better opportunity to get a bunt down. High fastballs, very, very difficult to do it. Dylan Thomas looked like he's in that mood to run.
Oh, there was an opportunity.
Now he's got into fight mode now for Phil Gosselin to get this run home.
And he strikes him out. 2 down.
That slider's been very effective of late for Dane Dunning, and he gets Gosselin to chase this slider out of the strike zone.
That was a big out for Dunning and the Rangers. Brings up Andrew Velasquez. Velasquez has a sac fly RBI. That gave the Halos the 2-1 lead. Scored Stassi, who had a leadoff single in the second. Pops it up. And so Dunning, despite first and third and trouble with one out, he gets out of the jam, and the score remains 2-1 as we head to the 5th here at the Big A in front of a great Angels crowd.
At Home Chef, we believe a delicious meal should always fit your schedule. It might be a make it easy meal kit Monday, or a toss it in the oven Tuesday, or a what am I, a chef now Wednesday, or even a day that doesn't need a clever name, like steak
on a Thursday.
Get $90 off your first month at homechef.com. Also available at select stores. Home Chef. Delicious meets simple.
They said optical shops weren't very inviting. So we, Warby Parker, created ones that were. They said prescription eyewear was too expensive. So we offered more affordable glasses, contacts, and eye exams. They said opticians weren't always friendly. So we hired only the friendliest and the most knowledgeable. And finally, they said the whole experience was just kind of unpleasant. So we set out to change that too. Visit a Warby Parker store and see for yourself.
Welcome to the Aura Sleep Lab. You need a bit more deep sleep. Getting enough high-quality sleep increases immunity. Why? Because sleep helps fend off sickness. A good night's sleep boosts your number of infection-fighting antibodies and cells. And with your Aura Ring, you can learn how to sleep deep and keep your immunity up. It's like having a sleep lab on your finger.
Now the young left-hander, Reid Detmers, in his rookie season, leads us to our key player profile coming into the game today, where he ranks: ERA 6, strikeout 6, whip 3rd. Opponent batting average is 2nd. That ERA is now down to 3.76, Scooby.
Pretty good on your resume as a rookie pitcher to throw a no-hitter and an immaculate inning in the same season.
And leading off is Cole Calhoun. You know, an extra day was given to Reid Detmers, pushing Syndergaard to Tuesday. And also some question about how much you want to extend Detmers. You know, there's always a concern about innings pitched for a young pitcher, and you know, how do you feel about that, a young arm like that?
Well, I mean, you're especially at the professional level where you're going at as uncharted waters as far as innings pitched for Reid Detmers. And he had never pitched a 9-inning complete game in college, yet he threw a no-hitter, so he went to that 9th inning. Granted, he threw got a lot of soft contact, as 2 strikeouts, but you always want to make sure you're keeping one of your centerpieces for your future healthy, and the best way to do that is make sure when you see something on the mound, it's maybe a drop in velocity or just a struggle on the mound, that's when you go down and you go to the bullpen a little bit earlier than you would like, even though you're thinking, okay, hey, he's got to be able to go out there 7-8 innings. He's got a manageable pitch count, but it all comes down to what you're seeing and feel for Matt Weiss and Phil Nevin.
Whoa, up and in to Cole Calhoun. Down he goes, 1-2. Yeah, I agree with that. So the extra day here or there. If you notice the dip in velo, we saw a dip in velo from Chase Silseth last night. You know, by like 3 miles per hour on the fastball.
He was just drafted last season. He's up at the major league level, getting some innings, obviously, in the minor leagues too. So you always want to make sure that you're keeping all the young pitchers healthy, because that's how you become a winning organization and stay winning for a lot of years.
And he strikes out Cole Calhoun. I mean, he is on his game this afternoon. That's 7 strikeouts for Detmers.
Up and in with a fastball, followed with a slider down. Boy, his fastball so far today has been really good. He's got that velocity. He's been touching 95. His slider has been electric. He's able to throw a couple of curveballs in there just to keep the hitters honest as far as a breaking pitch. Take a look at our StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud. 6 strikeouts in the game, and a lot of those pitches out of the zone and upper part of the strike zone. That's when you know you have good stuff. When you're getting strikeouts with pitches in the zone, and you 4 1/3, 7 of them, couple of them in the zone, the rest chases above or below the strike zone. You talking north and south pitching, dominant for Reid Detmers.
So 7 ties a career high. Now that's going to get down the line by Culberson, and with his speed, that's going to be a stand-up double. Oh no, it gets past Martian left, and so all the way to 3rd goes Culberson. We saw that play. Goodell, I know they work on that with Damon Mayshore. It's tricky down in that corner, Gooby. And all the way to 3rd goes Culberson. Double and an E7, surely.
Just a ground ball just gets by Gosselin and it goes right down in that corner. And today with Damon Mayshore, what they were working on is flipping the baseball up, and it's like live hitting, not just off the fungo. So you're going to have different reaction off the baseball. That one hugged the corner. It's been a tough one already in this homestand, seeing that. Now it's going to force the infield in, and now you need one of those strikeouts for Reid Detmers. It's been so important for him today. Needs that punchy now.
Hernandez swing and a miss. Next strikeout for Detmers will be a career high. 3 starts ago at Baltimore, 7. 1 out, tying run 90 feet away, and Culberson. This will be interesting. Fly ball right field. Is it deep enough? Dylan Thomas has it, and that's going to score a run. And just like that, we are tied up here in the 5th. Costly error. So earlier today, we mentioned the work being put in, trying to simulate game speed.
And that's where you see the baseball going right down the line to see the kind of reaction it's going to be off that wall. When it gets down to padding, you're going to have a better idea, but when it hits that cement underneath the padding, it's never going to be the same exact bounce away from you as an outfielder. They had a close-up, there you see, but they also, from home plate, the reaction to see. So a missed opportunity scoring in that last half inning, and then always momentum goes to the other side after getting through that with no damage done, and right away they tie it up there with that hit down the line.
Marcus Semien falls behind 0-2. Important to be very careful with Semien. Power numbers picking up big time. Very slow start, knew it wouldn't last. Now has 14 and 49 with 18 doubles and 3 triples. Well, there's something about, practice, and then there's, live game speed. It could happen to the best of them, and Marsh has been a guy that is in a Gold Glove caliber outfielder all season long. It gets the very best in these corners here. It's kind of a rounded corner outfield at the Big A. 0-2.
So after showing a fastball up, you wonder if he's going to try that slider down and in now.
And he got a career high 8 strikeouts for Reid Detmers. However, a double by Culberson, an error in left by Marsh allows Culberson to get to third. Sac fly ties it up as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Watch games and coverage all day, every day, your way on MLB Network.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson searching home run into the left field stands.
Here comes Roger Maris. Oh! There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw.
Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star.
This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza. The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Thome. That ball is gone.
106. That would be a new record.
It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
To get some more runs on Dunning, couldn't capitalize. As you see, Shohei Ohtani on deck. Magneuris Sierra leading off bottom of the 5th, and the Rangers tie it in the top half. They caught a break, whole new ball game.
Love it.
Drag, bunt, speed. That's going to be a tough play. Unable to get Sierra.
They're going to rule him out.
Are they really?
Wow.
Was he running up the line?
That ball was out of the glove. There's no way. I think the first base ump may come over and have a conversation too, because it didn't hit him in the back. It was in the glove when he ran into him.
He stayed right up the line. Ruled out. Phil Nevin having a conversation here with Edwin Moscoso, Ron Kolpa, crew chief coming over.
The right decision for Sierra. He's running down the baseline, and he's right on the line, right on the chalk. And it did hit him in the back, but he's in that lane going down. Left hit him in the glove, hit him in the back.
Now left foot touches the grass. Does that have any?
Well, he's still in the lane going down there. He's right on his foot on the chalk. It's one of those plays you can't challenge it either.
No, ruled out. It's not reviewable. Certainly a tough break. I mean, it was a perfect bunt. Sierra out.
It's one of those plays, if you see it when you're running inside on the grass, you hit him in the back, yes. But when it's that play, when you're on the chalk with your foot, you're going down the line. Maybe next year when they have the bigger base at first base, that alleviates that call. So, all right, another reason to have that bigger base at first base. Because for me, that's not the right call.
Ohtani checks his swing, and that's inside for ball one. Certainly a reason to stick around for Angels Live post-game show. See what Phil Nevin has to say about that call. Tough one, goes against the Halos. That's in there, 1-1. I think even if Sierra doesn't drift, I mean, that's what home plate umpire called, right? He called him out. I think he could still beat that out, even if he stays towards the right side of the chalk line. Would have been close, certainly.
Well, he's starting to get a feel for his slider. He used his slider to get through that last inning with no damage. New bat for Shohei. Let's get the music from the natural now. Get the new bat.
How much do you think that bat with a little crack in it would go at an auction?
Yeah, anything with Shohei.
Authenticating that bat from Shohei, and he lines. Hey, that bat, that's a keeper. Base hit for Shohei.
So on base 3 times today, Shohei. Triple, single, and a walk. So it was all about the bat. Well, that's a tough pitch, too. I mean, how do you hit that baseball hard enough? You go after that pitch. The only thing that helps is the inner part of the strike zone with a left-handed batter like Shohei.
That just shows also 2-strike approach, not expanding his zone and putting that bat to that baseball.
Another changeup or sinker that didn't have a lot of velo behind it.
Well, last time Shohei tried to steal, Jonah Heim with a perfect throw to Simeon to just get him. This is the guy you want up, Luis Rengifo. RBI single in the first. 7 for 14 in the series. Carla Babe, you have some more on that Shohei Ohtani bat?
Not that specific one, but you guys were kind of guessing numbers of how much one would go for. And a Shohei Ohtani authentic game used broken bat up for sale right now. One from the Chicago White Sox game on April 30th, 2022. $19,999 on Fanatics.com.
Go ahead and bid on that, Carla.
Can Gooby get it for us?
I think you got that covered, don't you?
Yeah, in my lifetime, no.
Wow, amazing. Look at that for that bat, broken bat. Shohei.
There was a meet and greet for Shohei that, went up for auction, and obviously going towards charity. Angels Foundation went for a lot of money, and it was postponed due to COVID.
Interesting to see what Rengifo 3-0. The way he's swinging the bat, you got to give him the green light if it's comfortable.
And that might be 2. There's 1 back to first. Got him. Double play. Low. Simeon back to low, and that ends the threat. We remain tied as we go to the 6th here.
Evan Longoria, a guy last year who was one of the catalysts to a surprising Giants team.
Meet Evan Longoria. He's watching MLB Network.
Longo's hitting with big-time power. Still that
because that's what baseball fans do.
Here we go, Longo, 2022.
Tied at 2, top of the 6 here at the Big A. Looking for a Sunday fun day. Reid Detmers is in a battle with Dane Dunning, Angels and Rangers. Angels need this win to tie the series at 2 here with Mark Gubaza. Gooby, the arm angle on Detmers, what do you notice?
Yeah, I mean, for his slider, he was up here a little bit higher before. Now he's just down. It's not dramatic from here to here, but it's allowing him to get around the baseball, especially with his slider. And this action have that tilt and spin on his slider from that arm angle here as compared to on top here.
Oh, he's got a career high working in strikeouts, has 8 so far here today. And Leody Taveras is going to lead off the 6, again tied at 2. And pitch count only at 76 for Reid. Texas is wrapping up a season-long 11-game road trip out of the break. And talking to their broadcasters, they were just simply like, ouch, ready to get home. They'll take on Baltimore when they return home. The Orioles are playing very good baseball.
Yeah, they're ahead of the Red Sox in the division now.
So suddenly Red Sox might be sellers at the deadline, and I think maybe Baltimore, I certainly would not trade the face of the franchise and Trey Mancini. You got to think about the fan base, right?
Yeah, they're starting to really believe in that team.
And Trevor Story injured for Boston. That's and their ERA in the month of July. It's like Boston, their relief corps has really struggled.
A little late on a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Upstairs. Showed enough fastballs downstairs to elevate a fastball and be good with that part of the zone, but now a chance to throw that nasty slider down and in.
When Detmers went down for that one AAA start, he had 14 strikeouts in 6 innings. He found something there, and he's looking for his 9th today. And
boy, no, that's borderline again, not getting the call, and Reid's a little bit.
They don't even check. That. Well, Reid's like, aren't you going to check at first? Isn't that worthy of a check?
I mean, that's a pretty good pitch to boot.
Well, he wanted it. Let's see what he goes to here. 3-2. How about that time? Yes.
I like the fact that he didn't allow that non-called strike to affect the next pitch. It was even better slider. That's still 86 miles an hour. Like we talked a lot about this on the pregame show. We've talked about it the last few games. Better velocity and quicker break and better spin on his slider since coming back. Those last 3 games, he's averaging 86 miles per hour. Before that, it was 82.9 miles per hour on his slider. That's a huge difference.
Anaheim. First pitch, grounded foul. Career high in strikeouts, has 9. Career high was 7 coming in.
Good spot. Still good velocity on his fastball, 94.
20 swings and misses for Detmers today on the hill. 9 of those on that slider. 0-2.
When you look at his numbers, swing and miss percentage, a lot of his pitches, it's not real high. Although he's getting a little bit more so on his curveball than he has a slider, although lately it's increasing as far as whiff percentage. But he's starting to get that next level as far as feel for pitches and whiffs with all his pitches.
Last 3 starts, his pitch count has been into the 90s. 3 starts ago, 91 at Baltimore versus Houston. Here at home went 95, and that win at Atlanta, that was a big game. He had some run support, went 90. 86 right now, the 2-2. Out towards right field, Dylan Thomas has it. Good closing speed.
Especially as a right fielder with a right-handed bat, it's going to work its way back towards you as a right fielder.
Yeah, he played that perfectly.
Yep.
Remember, he came into the game late for defense, and that's when Sierra went into center, and Phil Nevin didn't have any more infielders because he pinch hit Suzuki for Velasquez, so suddenly Taylor Ward was at third. I asked Ward about it. What were you thinking? He was like, please hit it to me. That's what he wanted. He was thinking, hit it to me, but he said it did feel a little strange to be down there. He said, wow, I'm really close.
So you have a guy that notorious first ball hitter, and Reid Detmers challenged with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball and got it by him. Well, that's backed it up with 95.
Right in the heart. He checked his swing. That's right in the middle. 0-2. Double-digit Ks. 10 for Reid Detmers. Got him looking.
3 fastballs in a row against a very good fastball hitter. No chance. Punch out.
What an outing, including an immaculate ending in this one for Reid Detmers.
If you think they're excited, you ain't heard nothing yet.
Be quiet, win ball games, then I'll shut up or I'll shut up.
High Heat with Christopher Russo, only on MLB Network.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson searching home run into the left field stand.
Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw.
Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star.
This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza! The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Thome. That ball is gone.
106. That would be a new record.
It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
And what a rookie season for Reid Detmers. Reaches double digits, 10 Ks. That's a career high. Goes 6. Pitch count is at 90. He's got 21 swings and misses. He's got 9 on the slider, but 9 on that fastball, which is impressive.
His fastball's been really good. We talked about that today. And in the opening, on the pregame show, how his average fastball velocity is at 93 last time, 93.9 miles per hour, well above his average fastball. So you're getting swings because he's using his fastball down, he's using his fastball up. And now all you're hearing is, you're going through scouting reports, he's got a great slider working. So you're kind of looking secondary pitch and the fastball's by you.
Well, we have certainly been blessed, Gooby, you and myself, because first time for a rookie ever, baseball history, in the same season to throw a no-hitter and an immaculate inning, ever.
Wow.
For a rookie. Reid Detmers is that man. And we had it.
Still amazing they're able to find that. Look back at that and be able to find and track that. But still, I go back to, it wasn't all that long ago where the immaculate inning wasn't something that you automatically went, crazy for. But now you're seeing it. I think it's such an accomplishment. I'm loving the fact that you're seeing that on the social media and seeing it everywhere.
We are tied at 2, and that's a leadoff walk for Jared Walsh. That could turn out to be very, very big. Again, the Halos cash it in. Max Stassi, 1 for 2. Thoughts about Detmers at 90 pitches? Do you run him back out there?
I think right now, if the score stays like this, yes. I think if it's a longer inning and he's sitting there for a while, maybe a pitching change is made and some runs scored, I don't think so. You'll list a couple guys moving around, and there's action in the bullpen. And as usual, a lefty or 1,000 out of their bullpen for Texas. They got a lot of lefties in their bullpen.
Yeah, nobody up for the Halos currently, but a lefty more up. 0-2 to Stassi. That is Burke. Brock Burke, the left-hander, that is up for Texas. And down goes Stassi, one away.
Brock Burke up in the bullpen, and Dane Dunning on the mound. I'm just thinking this is an episode of General Hospital at some point.
And while we have this discussion going on at the mound, let's give you a quick word from Hyundai.
It's your journey. Own it in the Hyundai Santa Fe.
Well, here's Brandon Marsh, who's 2 for 2.
First pitch changeup had some pretty good fastballs, straight back up the middle.
Well, as we pointed out, Marsh now 6 for 9 in his career against Dane Dunning. His pitch count very manageable also. Oh, that's a ground ball. Culberson has one, not going to get Marsh. Walsh is retired on the force out. He tried to screen Culberson. We have ourselves 2 out, and here's Dylan Thomas, who picked up his first career hit as an Angel. His last time up.
Boy, a lot of room if he gets down that right field line. He had a ground ball between first and second for his first hit as an Angel. Gets one of those sinkers that doesn't have that action to it and hook it down the right field corner. Even with Cole out there in right center, have a shot, score all the way from first base.
Downstairs, ball 1.
Seeing a report on Dylan Thomas, anything in the air, he's going to hit the ball the other way. The way the defense is set up, shade him down the line in left field and even left center, at Tavares in center.
Popped it up. Hernandez is there. Pretty good pitching on both sides. Dunning and Detmers is heading back out there for the 7th.
Join Kevin Millar and Steven Nelson on a quest for legends worthy of the sacred prize. It's unpredictable coverage that will have you on the edge of your seat. Join the adventure on Intentional Talk, only on MLB Network.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson searching home run into the left field stand.
Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw.
Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star.
This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza! The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Thome. That ball is gone.
106, That would be a new record. It is caught! Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
T-Mobile coverage cam, and for that, it's Reid Detmers, who certainly has had the feel. He's had the coverage on both sides of the plate, the slider, the fastball. Very, very effective on his game ever since a little rehab, not rehab start, but that time sent back down to Salt Lake. He's come back dealing, and in this game, he has a career-high 10 strikeouts, and he also has an immaculate inning. So this season is something special for one Reid Detmers. Back out there as you predicted, Gooby for the 7th and facing Adolis Garcia. Ball 2. Angels do have Tepera up in the bullpen.
It's a dangerous count now for Reid. Against a guy that can sit on a fastball that hits a fastball very well.
(3-0).
Swinging.
In there. Paint. 3-1.
The pitcher's pitch, an unhittable spot. Right at the knees outside corner.
Full count.
Back with another fastball, 94.
A young man trying to get the foul ball in the upper tank. Anything for a foul ball, diving downstairs to get it. Oh, he lost Garcia, leadoff walk. We'll have to see.
I think Phil may get him. Go down to the bullpen now, just that feeling.
If Tepera is ready. I mean, you told me that short stint you had in the bullpen just for fun. 12 pitches were all you needed.
Hoping for that ground ball double play. 7 of them this season. Not a lot of ground ball action today.
A lot of those. Starts off Ezekiel Duran with curveball for a strike. Swing and strike. Another swing and miss. So he's ahead 0-2. That one out of play.
Late swing on a fastball after a 78-mile-an-hour curveball. Separation about 15 miles per hour. 2 pitches.
He's got 10 Ks. What is the pitch to get him? A strikeout would be huge for him.
Yes, you know what? As much as you like to think you could try to elevate with a fastball, and it could be effective. I'm going with your #1 pitch. It's been the slider to get a strikeout off the plate down.
He already has a pickoff in the game.
Texas is sensing more than likely on an 0-2 pitch. It would be a breaking ball. Better chance to be successful if you try to steal a base. So he might be on the move.
He has 15, does Garcia. He bluffed.
And he went fastball.
He's gotten Duran the last 2 plate appearances swinging. 2 strikeouts back to back.
Looks like he wants to go here. That slider at 82. That's what I talk about, Patrick, when you're seeing that and sensing that. Let's see if he has that better slider here. Very, very warm afternoon. Humid afternoon, too. Now at 100 pitches, 66 strikes for Reid Detmers. Excellent, excellent outing so far.
Oh, just got a piece. And he upped the velo on that slider. Thought maybe that 0-2 slider was maybe just to show that. And it catches the piece of Stassi on the foul ball.
Right back at the mask. And remember, he caught the game last night into the day game here today. Very warm one. Warmer last night, too.
This is only the second time this season that Detmers has gone over 100 pitches. In the no-hitter, it was 108 pitches. Swing and a miss. 11 strikeouts.
He's going to go back to first. Unless he calls him out, he's going to force him back to first because he leaned out over the plate. He's calling him out. Love it. Even better. Because it doesn't have to be out. You can move him back to first, but he fell over the plate, and Stassi had no path to throw the baseball.
Chris Woodward wants an explanation, but 2 down and 11 Ks.
Threw him a curveball. And you watch this as a curveball. It's a really good curveball. He gets some real good spin on this one. And then he falls out over the plate. And there's no chance for a path to throw. And it's a nice job just to tap in the batter there for Stassi because you're going to get that call. Like I said, it can either call him out or move him back to first base.
Calling him out, that's caught stealing?
Yep.
Take that.
And a slow walk. It goes against Garcia, by the way. It's a tough one.
He had that, he had a great jump. Oh, so that's a break after that leadoff walk, and you're thinking maybe Nevin's going to go out and get the rookie Detmers.
Keep the focus right now. Dangerous hitter in Cole Calhoun. Great pitch. Really good pitch.
Been a great afternoon so far for Reid. Looking to put the finishing touches on a tremendous performance, 1 pitch away from going 7 strong on a hot day here at the Big A. Two outs, the 0-2 to Calhoun. And we're looking at 12. Oh, that's a dirty dozen for Reid Detmers. And as he comes off the field, they should get on their feet and salute. A tremendous outing. Stretch time, may as well get up.
Using the old baseball stats only gives you part of the puzzle. But when we challenge ourselves using advanced tools and modern thinking, you'll see the bigger picture.
Challenge all things baseball with MLB Now, only on MLB Network.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson searching home run into the left field stand.
Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw.
Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star.
This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza! The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 6! 600 for Jim Thome. That ball is gone.
106. That would be a new record.
It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
There's something about a park. The swings, the slides.
Valley Sports is brought to you by Hyundai. To learn about Hyundai's advanced technology and award-winning safety, visit buyhyundai.com or see your SoCal Hyundai dealers today. Dealers, how about dealing? Reid Detmers, fantastic. And now the only thing better that really you want to put a bow on this one. First off, history made, immaculate inning in the second, first rookie in history. Major League Baseball history, a no-hitter and an immaculate inning in one single season. And now get some offense and get the guy the W.
And then with 12 strikeouts. I mean, the swing and misses on his pitches, getting some swing and misses on his curveball. Got one against Cole Calhoun. To strike out Cole Calhoun 3 times today, and you look at his career numbers versus his former teammates, outstanding. And to have that type of performance today on a warm afternoon, unbelievable. Going to that next level as far as maturing and getting better and better for Reid Detmers.
You can really see that. I mean, you're seeing it right now that he has got great stuff. And that is just so much fun to see. This starting rotation for the Angels start to turn it over. See if they can back him up with some offense here. Brock Burke is now in, left-hander, replacing Dane Dunning. That's quality start for Dunning. He's 0-5 on the road. Take a no decision, foul back. Detmers lowers his ERA to 3.62. Came in at 3.84.
Boy, I'd love to see some couple runs here for Reid Detmers and get a chance to split this series, but what a performance on the mound on a hot afternoon like this.
One and two to Gosselin. And Velasquez on deck. See, get somebody on here, get Shohei up. Due up fourth is Ohtani. Houston ended up beating Seattle in 10. Angels will be in Houston over the weekend for a 4-game series. Friday, 2 on Saturday, and on Sunday. No Julio Rodriguez, though, as Phil Gosselin strikes out for out number 1. J-Rod went on the IL after getting hit on the wrist. X-ray's negative, but Angels will miss him this weekend.
Chris Wilbert loves to go to his lefties out of the bullpen against the Angels.
just a little high. How many bullpens do you think carry 3 lefties?
Many of them, especially, I mean, they've had more this season out of their bullpen. If you have some quality lefties, it's a big bonus to be able to have that, especially ones that could throw hard and also have those secondary pitches to offset against left-handed batters.
1-2 to Velasquez.
Tell you what, you got to give a lot of credit to Phil Nevin to allow Reid Detmers to get through that inning. After a walk, you're thinking, okay, maybe not, and then he gets a strike him out, throw him out. Not that the common variety one, and then another strikeout to finish off the inning. So a lot of respect for Phil Nevin to allow his starter to fight through and learn how to get to that next level as far as going through a lineup 3 times and being successful.
You know, one thing we have seen from Phil is that approach to believing in his guys and wanting to give them that little extra edge, leaving them out there in tough spots to gain that confidence, and with it, you get some team camaraderie. Now Velasquez hits that well. Is that going to get down? Oh, come on. Leody Taveras runs that one down.
He is exceptional out in the outfield. I mean, that baseball was destined for a double. And he almost made that look pretty easy.
Yeah.
Where he's playing, a good read in his route to go to that baseball was outstanding. What a play that was. Taylor Ward going to pinch hit now for Sierra.
I had a feeling that Ward would get an opportunity here. And that's going to bring out Doug Mathis. You know, one thing that I was reading this, Jeff Fletcher had it in the OC register. Ever since, you know, Ward had that great start and crashed into the wall, and that catch, that Tony Kemp drive versus Oakland, that his, like the miles per hour was down on his swing, 4 miles per hour. And Ward admittedly says, you know, he doesn't feel like he has been the same hitter. He feels it's getting better. He's putting the work, but he had that stinger.
It's the shoulder too, which is obviously a big thing when it comes to your swing and how quick you can swing that bat through the zone.
You know, when I know Carlin had the report earlier about Mike Trout is going to be doing some rotational work on Wednesday. Got the clear from the doctors, all good news. But, you know, the wry kind of smile and the sarcastic sense of humor about how everybody was worried his career was over. He got some laughs on that.
I love this smile today when talking to Asol down there earlier. That tells you that he's feeling a lot better.
Burt comes in and he's ahead of Taylor Ward, 1-2. See if Taylor can work himself back into this count with Shohei Ohtani on deck.
When he was right, he was completely confident, comfortable even with 2 strikes.
Off the end of the bat, and that's going to get down for a knock. Off the bench, bringing up Shohei Ohtani with 2 outs here in the 7th.
Yeah, that little flare can get you going. Now Shohei a chance. He's already had a big game. He triple walk and a single.
Well, that move by Phil Nevin works.
Coming up a little Casimir too. Might want to keep that one going, Shohei.
Did you somehow get back there to influence his walk-up music?
Yeah.
In the first, he tripled his 18th career triple third this season. And he scored his team-leading 58th run.
Ohtani 4 home runs versus lefties. Ooh, Shohei got the benefit of that call. That doesn't happen all that often. That's a pretty good pitch by Burke.
Well, with the count 3-0, I asked you, sir.
Yes. He knows how important he is to this offense, although Rengifo on deck has been incredibly hot. Not even close, though.
Went after him with the fastballs in that at-bat. And they'll take their chances. They put the go-ahead run in scoring position, Taylor Ward, and here comes Luis Rengifo.
That's 2 walks in a game, on base 4 times for Ohtani, 52 walks on the season. And just like last night, in a spot where they need a big hit, Rengifo is at the plate. And then they go after him, challenge him with strikes, and Walsh, the lefty, on deck. They had that opportunity last night.
Yeah, they chose, and I guess there was maybe some conversation as why go after Rengifo. Maybe they could have walked him and, you know, still kept the lead and gone lefty on lefty. Another big moment that he finds himself in. Tie score, bottom of the 7th, 2 on, 2 out. Drives that out towards center field. Taveras going back, and he makes the catch. Just absolute robbery in this inning for Leody Taveras to preserve a tie score here. Remains tied as we head to the 8th.
We asked retired MLB pitcher CC Sabathia to hit in Win Reality.
You get nervous? Yeah.
A VR training tool for hitters. Who is he hitting against?
Oh, here we go.
Himself.
Man, I'm good. Both of me.
Hitters see game speed pitches, improved timing, pitch recognition, and confidence in the real game.
How many MLB home runs did you have?
More than you.
Be ready for real. Win Reality.
It's me, the summer breeze. I just flew back into town. Let's get outside. Much better.
Weston alongside the Halos Hall of Famer Tim Salmon. Join us following today's telecast for the Angels Live post-game show, where we will no doubt talk about Reid Detmers' career-high 12 punch-outs and an immaculate inning. I think he's all right.
Yeah, he's all right. 87% strike rate with that slider. That's amazing. He had an amazing strike rate on the sinker and the changeup as well. No wonder he had 12 strikeouts today.
Yeah, he had it all working. Let's see if the offense can pick him up as we send it back inside the Big A to Patrick O'Neill and Mark Gubicza, guys.
All right. E-Dub, Kingfish, thanks very much. Pinch hitter Josh Smith for Charlie Culberson. New pitcher Ryan Tepera.
It's an outstanding performance going back to this after what Eric and Tim said down there at the desk. That's just an amazing performance by Reid Detmers. 105 pitches, 71 strikes.
Yeah, outstanding. Yep, Josh Smith, as I mentioned, pinch hitting.
He's had some tough at-bats against the Angels this entire series. And patient at-bats.
When you look at defensive runs saved, I think you could add one to Taveras in center with the two catches that he made in that inning.
Especially the one he had to go to the alley and run that one down.
The one on Velasquez you felt was a higher degree of difficulty?
I think the baseball carried a little bit more. Normally you see him get back to the wall. I don't even know if he needed to jump. You're almost hoping he would jump on that baseball, because sometimes when you jump and you land, that's when the baseball could jar out of your glove. But that baseball that Velasquez hit was squared up really well.
Smith fouls off that 2-2 fastball offering from Tepera. Mabry's Valoria on deck. He would pinch hit for Elio Hernandez. Three and two. Yeah, he has had a lot of patient at-bats. There's Valoria. Saw his power last night with a 2-run home run.
He had 3 walks in a row last night.
And he's swinging a miss, and Tepera gets him for out number 1 here in the 8th.
Threw him a slider and got him to go after that one and swing and miss. Big first out, especially with his speed. One of those upper part of the strike zone sliders that have been effective for the Angels pitchers. And that is by design.
All right, so here's the defensive changes. Dylan Thomas goes from right to left. Marsh goes from left to center. And Taylor Ward, who had that pinch hit single off the bench, stays in right. And Sierra out of the game. Mabry's Valoria. Back-to-back pinch hitters for Chris Woodward. Gets the strike call, 1-1. Another strike call, 1-2. Our next time on the air will be Tuesday night against Oakland. That will be after Major League Baseball trade deadline. I've heard some, rumblings about teams perhaps interested in some relievers for the Angels. Perhaps somebody like a Ryan Tepera, who has been moved, was moved at the deadline last year. He certainly knows that this is a business this time of year, never easy. Says he has a job to do. In there, got him. Back-to-back Ks for Tepera. And that's 14 Rangers that have struck out here this afternoon.
Spotted that slider really good. Freeze him. Backdoor slider. That spin paints the corner.
4 straight strikeouts overall for the Angels.
Just the second called third strike, so pretty good indication how good the stuff has been. The pitching today for the Angels.
So 2 outs. There's Marcus Semien. Just misses. Ball 1. 1 for 2. Single and a walk. Remember that single was the one that we had a discussion about whether or not that should be a single or an error. And that might be playable. Walsh going back on it. Oh, he has trouble, but he makes the catch over the shoulder. A beauty to end the inning. He was drifted back and forth, Doobie, but he made the play in the end.
He works on this all the time as far as pop-ups at third. Gets at first base, going back there a long way to run that one down. They're loving it.
With the Game Time app, I paid 60% less than this guy. What? And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts.
Seriously?
Performances, too.
Oh, come on!
Game Time finds you the best last-minute deals and guarantees the lowest price.
Am I underdressed?
Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
They said optical shops weren't very inviting. So we, Warby Parker, created ones that were. They said prescription eyewear was too expensive, so we offered more affordable glasses, contacts, and eye exams. They said opticians weren't always friendly. So we hired only the friendliest and the most knowledgeable. And finally, they said the whole experience was just kind of unpleasant. So we set out to change that too. Visit a Warby Parker store and see for yourself.
In the game at third base. Came in to pinch hit. And going from third to second is Duran. And we have a new left fielder, Nick Solak. And one thing about Brock Burke is Chris Woodward can get, 4+ outs out of him.
And Cole's just hoping for one of those pitches that drift on the inner half of the plate. See if he can turn on it. Get those hands through the baseball. Setting up away. Get inside with one.
Burke has had 18 scoreless relief appearances of 4+ outs this season. It's an MLB high.
It's a pretty tough pitch. Good take.
Wow, oh, yep, got him looking. Right on the corner, Walsh strikes out.
That's a pretty good pitch. Nasty pitch. Right on the outside corner at 95. Arm angle tough as a left-handed batter to get a good track of that one.
That's a good call by Moscoso. Took his time on that, but certainly appeared to be a strike. Brings up Max Stassi. 1 out. Tied up at 2. 8th inning. Saw 8th inning magic last night for the Halos. Only their 2nd win this season when trailing after 7.
Max Stassi with that good power to right center. We've seen the baseball carry pretty well out there today. He was trying to give the Halos a lead with that swing. Love that with a 1-0 count.
One and 2. And bullpen for the Halos. And last night we saw Raisel Iglesias come in to get the save. He's up, as is Jose Quijada, the lefty.
Depending on the score, Halos able to score, you'll see Iglesias. Stays tied, you'll see Quijada.
Well, I know who I would, I'd like to see Quijada, but if I'm given the choice,
I think you'll take the lead.
That's right. And Stassi goes down. That's back-to-back Ks for Burke. We have 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th. Here comes Brandon Marsh. Said it earlier, that 12 pitch at bat he had last night against Dennis Santana. I talked to him about it. I said, was that the AB, the at bat of your career? And he agreed. He thought it was. It turned out to be just a walk, but it changed the game. Because Santana has this. All those pitches were either 97, 98, 92, 91.
Trying to drive that one. It's a pretty hard, sharp slider at 89 miles an hour. Burke. Normally he throws his fastball on a 1-2 count against lefty about 70%, but after that slider, I imagine he's going back to it.
Yep, got up, strikes out the side. Brock Burke comes in and has been outstanding in his 2 innings of work. Indeed, we head to the 9th and we remain tied.
Hey kids, join MLB Network and your favorite players for a show made just for you. Play ball. It's all the big moments, bat flips, and amazing plays from an exciting week of baseball and tips to up your game. Saturdays, 10 a.m. Eastern on MLB Network.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson searching home run into the left field stand.
Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw.
Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star.
This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza! The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Thome. That ball is gone.
106. That would be a new record.
It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
Lets you follow your favorite players wherever they go for just $24.99. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Sale ends August 2nd. Visit MLB.tv for details. Sale ends August 2nd because that is the trade deadline. 3 p.m. Pacific time. Pretty juicy trade deadline this year, Gooby.
I'm hearing it's going to get pretty active. Maybe even tonight, definitely tomorrow. Especially that added wild card team. 12 teams now in the postseason, and a lot of teams feel they have an opportunity now, especially with some teams that look like they felt pretty good. Now some injuries to some of those clubs, and some veterans may be available with teams like the Red Sox are struggling now, so it's going to be active. I really think it's going to be real active here.
San Francisco Giants also a team. I hear the Padres are a team. Giants are not the same team as they were a year ago. Do they look to make a big splash? Padres, do they have the assets?
Or are the Giants in sell mode, though?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
You never know. It really comes down to what you feel you could do to help your club and also keep your fan base interested in thinking of possibly getting in the postseason.
Also, there's the question, you don't want to completely alienate a fan base. Lots that goes into this time of year. Above my pay grade, that's for sure. Jose Quijada is now in for the Halos, tied at 2. Spicy coming on to pitch. Doesn't miss by much. I would imagine Perry's one of his cell phones going off about this young left-hander because he has been excellent.
And he's been in a lot of those tough spots where he's been put in with traffic, runners on base. His energy, very effective. So far, you're seeing a fastball 91-92 range for Quijada. Once you see him get that 94 plus, that's when he's locked in.
Yeah, good point by you. I wonder why the velo's not mid-90s, why it's down. Maybe as he warms up.
Starts getting going, the adrenaline going. You're going to see that velocity tick up. Especially now, 2 strikes.
2-2 to Leody Taveras. And that gets over the head of Quijada. Rengifo not going to be able to make a play. Taveras runs too well. Infield single here in the 9th. And just tapped it right over Q's head. Nothing Rengifo could do but eat it.
Yeah, it's a tough play too as a pitcher. You're pitching downhill, and then you got to go back up that incline. Not easy to do. Especially something that's tapped like that. If it's hit harder, you have a chance to react a little bit better, but that's a tough one. And you know Taveras is going to be on the move here. So we're testing the move of Quijada. Like to see a throw over at some point just to keep him honest.
First pitch to Jonah Heim misses.
Base steal. He's only allowed 2 stolen bases in 4 attempts. Quijada quick to the plate, holds the baseball well.
Dangerous. Stressful. Stassi going out. Renifo coming in. It's a situation here where you have to throw a strike. Remember, we've seen Quijada. He will live with that four-seamer. We saw it in Kansas City.
Quick move over there, step off, throw over. He's showing some different moves to first.
Three-0. Should Quijada and the Angels defense expect time to be swinging here 3-0?
No.
Only walks him. Big time trouble here. We're tied at 2 in the ninth, and the first two batters for Texas reach. It's going to bring out Matt Wise, Manny Del Campo.
You have a batter coming to plate. Nathaniel Lowe doesn't hit many baseballs on the ground. So you're not necessarily thinking you get a good shot at a double play ball. You're looking for a strikeout or pop up in the infield.
You kind of mentioned it right off the bat, not necessarily seeing that same life on that fastball from Quijada here this afternoon.
See if he goes that edge going now that he has some traffic on the bases. So used to coming into those games. He'll come in a lot with to start off an inning.
Nathaniel Lowe is going to be the batter here with 2 on, nobody out, tied at 2, top 9. The phone just rang down in the bullpen. Don Cheedy picks it up. I saw, Jimmy Herget, who just got activated, doing some stretching. I wonder if he'll get up.
That's a pretty good pitch.
Doesn't get the call. Edwin Moscoso, you're a fan. Come on, Blue. I mean, that was all over the strike zone.
Good pitch. No doubt a strike. A lot of the lower part of the strike zone.
It's Raisel Iglesias, who was up earlier, that gets up in the pen. Swing and a miss. There's some life on the fastball at 95. You need a ground ball. You need a strikeout here if you're Quijada. I mean, you got great speed at second base at Taveras, and listen, Jonah Heim can run as well. And he's got 2 strikes on Lowe.
Needs that punch out, and you wonder with Garcia on deck, and Quijada would face the minimal amount of 3 batters, would he go to Raisel Iglesias against Garcia, righty versus righty? Even though it's not a save situation, it's a game where you're trying to do everything you can to win.
Oh, and he got it. Exactly what Quijada and the Angels needed was a strikeout, 1 down. So with Adolis Garcia coming up, That matchup last night was Iglesias Garcia.
Well, that's that vintage 95 upstairs fastball from Quijada.
Rolling the dice. Sticking with Quijada against Garcia. First pitch upstairs, misses.
Right-handed batters 262 versus Quijada. Lefties 0-40. Garcia's hit into 3 double plays, although that strikeout's in his game.
Very close, not called 2-0.
See if this catches the zone at all. Just maybe off the plate.
Misses. 3-0.
Yeah, that pitch a little more outside. The other one could have been called a strike, borderline. And normally I would say he's not swinging, but when you see a pitcher react like that, you're swinging 3-0 for sure if you're Garcia.
Well, Garcia throws the bat down as if to say, you didn't challenge me. Phil Nevin comes out, and he's going to the bullpen. And you're talking stress. You got the bases loaded. Only 1 out. Top of the 9th. And you're bringing in Raisel Iglesias to find a way out of this jam. Big time pitching change. Don't go anywhere.
Baseball's biggest moments are live on MLB Big Inning. MLB.tv's nightly show takes you from game to game for all the grand slams, no-hitters, walk-offs, and more as they happen.
Wow, he can do it all!
Don't miss the ultimate baseball highlight reel.
This is some kind of awesome.
After your game ends, the action's just heating up on MLB Big Inning. Every night on MLB.tv.
Using the old baseball stats only gives you part of the puzzle. But when we challenge ourselves using advanced tools and modern thinking, you'll see the bigger picture.
Challenge all things baseball with MLB Now, only on MLB Network.
Fans will receive a clear backpack courtesy of Santa Ana College. For more info, visit angels.com/promotions. Well, you can fit a lot of tension in that backpack right now because we got the bases loaded. 1 out, top 9 tied at 2. And you're going to Raisel Iglesias, picked up the save last night, which was his first save in a month, Gooby. And right now he's trying to save this game literally because it's trouble here, bases loaded.
And the Angels are thinking, okay, they're playing their infield back. They're thinking they got a shot with Raisel Iglesias to be able to get a ground ball double play. A lot of times you think, okay, they got the halfway in, so slower hit, they might try for the force out at home, but they're thinking they got a shot at a double play.
Oh, that's tough. Iglesias doesn't follow through on the pitch. Well, maybe Stassi calling time, something in his eye.
So far this season, not one double play turn behind Iglesias.
You're not thinking going home? Let's get the out there.
Depending if it's hit to the middle infield.
Ezekiel Duran is the batter. Hits that one out towards the gap. And that is down. That is going to score one. Texas goes up 3-2, 4-2. And that clears the bases, 5-2. Ezekiel Duran. Back-breaking, crushing double here at the Big A off of Raisel Iglesias.
An arm angle, and it runs back to the middle of the plate, and Duran stays on that one to right center. We talked about how the baseball will carry well here in the afternoon, especially that part of the field.
Oh, and 1 to Cole Calhoun. Halos with many chances in this game to add on. Never got that big hit. No chances for more in the second. Had chances first and third with only one out in the fourth. Came up empty. Tremendous pitching by Reid Detmers. Without a doubt is a big story. With the 12 strikeouts, career high, went 7. It was fantastic. Didn't get the run support. And those runs charged that came into Jose Quijada. Hit out towards left field. Dylan Thomas is there, 2 down.
We go back to the last 2 games, 7 walks scored. 4 last night, 3 here tonight. Today, I should say.
Yeah, that leadoff walk to start the game. Quijada couldn't find the strike zone. 2 down. Josh Smith. Texas, 3 outs from taking 3 of 4. And it'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters in the Angels lineup in the bottom of the 9th. Due up, Thomas, Goslin, Velasquez. There's a ground ball. Renifo cuts in front of Velasquez and mercifully ends the inning. Not before Texas takes the lead, 5-2, bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Halos coming up.
To the track, to the wall. He made the catch.
Catch your team.
Oh, what a play.
My team.
He lifts and makes the catch.
Every team.
As good as it gets.
Only on MLB Network.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson searching home run into the left field stand.
Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw.
Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star.
This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza! The Boston Red Sox
welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Thome. That ball is gone. 106. That would be a new record. It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
Lead going into the bottom of the ninth. Go back to Hyundai Key for the game today. Come sail away, try to get some base runners, some traffic, and get one in the air and drive it and see what kind of a comeback the Angels have in store. He was able to have that big comeback in the 8th inning last night. See if they got it in them today in the ninth. Drive some baseballs and have that baseball come sail away over the ballpark and out for home runs.
Jonathan Hernandez in for the save for the Rangers as they look to take 3 of 4, cap off a 11-game road trip in style. They've had the Angels number. They would go to 8-5 with a win on in the season series versus the Halos.
No power fastball for Hernandez. Also throws a slider changeup.
Hernandez coming off a Tommy John surgery. Activated from the 60-day in the middle of July. Here's Dylan Thomas. 1 for 2. That one was his first career hit as an Angel. Ground ball and playable. Duran has it, and we got one out.
They can touch average fastball 97 miles an hour. So we gear up for that, and his changeup's still going to be 91. So there's a pretty good velo on both his changeup and his fastball.
Here's Phil Gosselin. That would get his attention after what happened last night when he got hit on the helmet. Probably not happy about it either. About 99.
Some movement on there too. That's a sinker at 99. Trying to see if he gets some traffic again. Put some pressure on him. Create some doubt after last night's comeback.
Two and two to Gosselin. Texas relievers have a 1-10 record in July, 5 for 11 in save chances. Just throwing a bit of hope out there for you.
Especially after delivery like that, there is a walk in his game. And that at bat for Brandon Marsh, a 12-pitch at bat in which he worked a walk. Phil Gosselin to get on base here. Joe Adell on deck. Pinch hit.
Oh, shattered bat. Oh, Oh, that got a piece of Hernandez. Hopefully he's okay. They're rushing out to check on him. Broken bat. It got him. Gosselin was thrown out. And Hernandez looks to be okay, but this is so dangerous.
Well, he runs this in. It's that running sinker runs in and it shatters the bat.
You know, I tell you what, Gooby, I know this is part of the game. I just wish there was, I don't know, these bats. I mean, that is so scary. Taking a couple of pitches. He lets him know he's all right, thankfully. So we have 2 outs here. Last chance, Joe Adell. Pinch hitting for Velasquez. The Chirali caps on, Taylor Ward on deck. Adell was in the on-deck circle seeing, upper 90s heaters and sinkers. And starts him off with a nasty slider. And then paints another slider, 0-2 quickly.
That speed of Joe Adell, just trying to make some contact here. Even on the ground, see if he could beat it out. With the 2 nasty sliders in a row.
Halos down to their last strike, the 0-2. Off the plate, 1-2. 3 straight sliders.
Adell trying to throw off the timing of Hernandez. Stepping out. Steps out again. You see Hernandez frustrated.
Showed a little of that frustration with a very firm fastball, but misses. 2-2. Count runs full.
Not easy to take that pitch after throwing a couple of strikes with his slider. First 2 of this at bat against Joe Adell.
Full count pitch. And that's the ball game. Adell strikes out. And the Rangers win this one 5-2. And they take 3 out of 4 in the series. But our Toyota player of the game is going to be Reid Detmers. He went 7, 3 hits, only 1 earned run, and he had a career high 12 strikeouts, and also first rookie ever with an immaculate inning. That happened tonight in the second today, and a no-hitter the same season.
His stuff was outstanding. A lot of 95-mile-an-hour fastballs. His slider, we know how good that has been, but 12 strikeouts in the game, 7 innings. Reid Detmers, a lot to like. That's 4 straight starts since coming back from an assignment down in AAA where he has been dominant.
But the offense couldn't get that big knock here this afternoon. And the Rangers skate out of town, winning 3 out of 4. That'll do it for Gooby and myself. We're back at it Tuesday. Stick around. Angels Live postgame with Erica and Tim is next.